CBS's nationwide arena in Ohio's capital city of Columbus. It's home to the Columbus Fury, about to start a three-match homestand against the expansion Indy Ignite, off to a perfect 2-0 start in year 2 of the Pro Volleyball Federation. And welcome, volleyball fans, to the first PVF broadcast on CBS Sports Network this year. Dave Ryan alongside Madison Fitzpatrick. And Mads, big match here tonight. The Fury does not want to start the 28-game regular season 0-3. The Ignite just wants to keep on trucking.
The Ignite are on an absolute roll. They're 2-0. Their last match was a clean sweep over Grand Rapids Rise. They hit over 500 as a team, 60 digs and 7 aces. And if you don't know volleyball, trust me, those numbers are absolutely elite.
Lecator member Mena off to a great start for the Ignite. She's got 42 kills in 2 matches. A big reason they got the 2-0 start.
Lecator member Mena is an absolute powerhouse. She is only 5'8", but she does not play like it. She's extremely powerful, very dynamic and explosive, and she got 25 kills at Indy's debut, earning her the honor of PVF's first Player of the Week. Columbus is most definitely going to need to key in on her, as she has the skill and firepower to take Indy to 3-0. For Columbus, watch out for Megan Lush. The 10-year pro is the glue and the cornerstone to the Fury. Offensively, she's quick to the ball and elite in her shot selection. Defensively, her ball control and read is absolutely unmatched. Recording back-to-back double-doubles and coming off of 20 digs versus Atlanta, Courtney Lush has the ability to turn the tides of any match, including this one.
All right, man, let's take a look at the Wren's Athletic starting lineups for tonight for the Fury. Haley Ramelsberg, one of several Ohio natives on the Fury roster. All Big Ten star in her collegiate days at Indiana. Keep a close eye on Morgan Lewis as well, a former star at Oregon, looking for a big match here tonight. For Indy, Sydney Hilly, 44 assists in the first 2 matches, part of the 2-0 start for the Ignite this year. She has been spectacular. Teeler, along with Moeller, and Kylie Muir will be key players to begin the game for Indy, looking for the 3-0 start in their inaugural season in Fishers, Indiana. Couldn't be better so far with wins over the Valkyries. 3 sets to 1 in match 2, beat Grand Rapids, the Rise. They took care of them on Thursday, 3-0. Great crowd at Nationwide tonight. 5,000 plus expected to pack the house. And we should have another tremendous atmosphere for the match here. Fury 0-2, lost to San Diego, lost to Atlanta on Thursday, but man, that was a much closer match after getting the 4-set loss to San Diego here to begin the year. A lot of improvement for the Fury in match 2.
Absolutely. I mean, it was 16-14 in the 5th. That could have gone either way. I know Coach Angel Perez is very proud of the way that his team responded and fought throughout the entirety of that match, and it's a long season. They have got room and time to grow.
So talked about steps of foundation with us today at the morning practice. And yes, it is 28 matches, but getting a win tonight would point them in the right direction with a brand new look. So many new players on the roster this year, right?
So many new players on both teams. I mean, especially Indy Ignite. This is their first season, but both teams have put together quite the roster. A lot of experience. The Columbus Fury is an extremely experienced team, combined 51 years of professional experience on that roster.
Haley Ramelsberg will start us off from Westerville, Ohio, about 20 minutes from here. Later, collegiate volleyball in High Point and Indiana, and here we go. Underway. Match 3 for each. Off speed. Ignite with a good touch. Henry with a nice save. Lunging to keep the play alive. Goes for the big hammer with her swing. Blocking up front, impressive for the Ignite here. Long rally in point number 1. That's out.
Long rally indeed. I said it in the open, but Indy Ignite in their 3-setter had 60 digs. The defense in the Pro Volleyball Federation is as elite as they come, so the rallies are going to be really long tonight.
Early 1-0 start here for the home team. As we talked about, 44 assists in the first 2 matches each. Up front has been so effective. Looking for the assist here. Deflected at the net. Play goes on. Lunging effort there. Muir Libero out of Minnesota with the try near the line. 2-0 start for the home side.
Nice aggressive move by Kaylee Cox. It's her first season as a professional. She's coming out of the college game, but I love the decision to go over with it, take that initiative and get it done.
Long on the serve. Service error. And the first point of the match here for the visitors from the Indy area. Fishers, Indiana. Really gets us started for the 2-0 Ignite. Out of Wisconsin, a 5-time All-American in her great career. Lost shot high, we got a whistle.
Raina Terry underneath the net. She came in with a lot of power, a lot of momentum on that swing, and her foot crossed over onto the other side.
Three straight years, Sydney Hilly was the setter of the year in the Big Ten Conference. See the numbers. Part of the outstanding start and a good serve as well. Creates another point here for Indy.
Indy Ignite is coming off of 7 aces overall in that clean sweep over the rise. They're a really aggressive team behind the service line, and you need to be aggressive at this level.
Hilly led the Badgers consecutive Big Ten titles in her collegiate days. Good play up front. You see Crawford. That's short. Another point here for Indy. Ignite coming alive with a 4-2 lead here.
Absolutely, and Nina Chaich, she's a rookie. It's her first year. She's coming from Tennessee. She's coming with a lot of power. They put 3 blockers up on her. That's a triple block, but she's rising up above it with all of that vertical.
Played at Towson, played at Tennessee. Phenomenal ball movement effort for her. Great placement for the Fury. Back on the board, back on the serve, side out. And Stringer's got the opportunity.
And I like the decision by Tori Stringer to run through the middle. Coach Perez told us they're going to try to do that as much as possible. Get those middles activated early.
Also talk about the leadership from Tori Stringer. Service error, well wide, well long. And right back to the Ignite here.
When we asked coach of the Columbus Fury, Angel Perez, what the game plan was, he said plain and simple, key versus Indy, it starts with the serve, need to be as aggressive as possible, so they're really going for it early here.
Score should read 5-3 in the early going for the Ignite. Good setup. Perfect execution up front. The big swing, the great execution. Raina Terry, the outside hitter from Illinois, for head coach Angel Perez, second year, 8-18 record for Angel entering play here tonight. But as we talked about morning practice, very confident his team would come around. Had some illness issues Thursday in that match with Atlanta. Great touch, member Mena. He'll do it all for this Ignite team. We see the big hammer, great kills, and that amazing touch as well.
Yeah, not only is Lecator member Mena an absolute powerhouse, so dynamic and strong, she also has great court awareness, great vision. She knows when to take something off of it. She's got a lot of tools in her offensive toolbox.
C. Crawford serves here for Indy, out of Wisconsin. Knocks the back of the line. Perfect location toward the end. Just inside the back line. And the Fury right back on the board, side out. Abby Walker, her first serve out of Cincinnati. Member Mena with the hammer, and no one's going to catch that one. What athleticism, elevation, and a big swing.
Since member Mena's snap is so fast on her swing, the opposing block has to get there quicker, has to get those hands above the net as fast as possible. They were up and they were pressed at the right time, but member Mena, with all of that range, was able to avoid.
Serve for Ajani Teeler here. Good dig for Indy. Play goes up front to the outside. Another good rally. And with the set, coming toward us. Kept alive by Terry. toward the back line. Hilly, the assist master we told you about through 2 matches. That might have been deep, played by Indy. The long rally continues. Up front, Hilly elevating, not enough. And the Fury's got its 6 point of the first set.
Leave it to Megan Lush. She is the cornerstone of this team. That's what Coach Perez called her. She's going to get a lot of balls. She can handle it from any area of the court, in system, out of system, more of a tempo set, a high set, whatever they have to give her. She has 10 years of professional experience, so she knows how to score in any situation.
Angel Perez, some direction here for his side. Terry ready to resume play. 4.69 kills per set as a senior. 2023 at Illinois for Terry. Service error though is wide. Right back to the Ignite. Couple of mistakes on serve early in the match here for the home side, the Columbus Fury. Underway on CBS Sports Network. PVF, first broadcast of the year. The Ignite and Fury.
The Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Franklin Sports, a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports Network.
Dave Madison back with you. We're courtside Nationwide Arena here, downtown Columbus. 8-6 early, Ignite and Fury. And set one, what are your early thoughts here, Madison?
Early thoughts, that 2-point deficit, Columbus Fury has missed 2 serves. I like that they're going for it right off of the bat. Coach Perez told us starts with the serve, need to be aggressive as possible. They're going to try and get setter for Ignite off of the net. Sydney Hilly, they don't want the Ignite to be able to run their full offense. So they want to create service pressure to keep that ball off of the net, because the Ignite, when they're in system and they get a clean pass to the setter, the team get hit over 400, which is insane.
Pageant first year, expansion franchise. Excited about his team's 2-0 start. Saw him after the practice today. Long there, service error from the Ignite. And one more point on the board here for the home team to make it 8-7. We'll see, it was long, clearly. Pageant very confident in the way his team's operating so far. Likes the chemistry, likes the personnel they put on the court.
Blake Bowler is one of those middles that is just as efficient in front of the setter as she is behind. You see her there on the slide attack. She's coming off of 6 kills on 7 attempts, hitting .857. So I love the decision by Hilly to go behind her.
Here's Muller on the serve. Stays at Purdue. Too hot to handle. Great shot there. Taylor, the opposite hitter, had no chance. Buckled by the big power of the Fury.
Kaylee Cox, just a rookie and facing some tough blocks, but she has the physicality and the poise to hold her own at this pro level.
6'3", played at Western Kentucky. 18 kills, 2 blocks, 2 aces in that Atlanta Vibe match on Thursday. We can see clearly why Lecator member Mena is such a massive force in this league. Already 2 matches, she's been incredible.
And they run her from the front just as much as they run her from the back. They run her on that big set, which is a quick back row middle attack.
Hilly on the serve. Cox off speed. Received well. You're out of Minnesota, 5'6" libero. Good block in the net. 2 players in tandem. Rising there, off speed again. Hilly the set. Another long rally. Ure does her job. Same for Sarame. Up high, elevating. The big swing. Chayich, the outside hitter, has got power.
After Nina Chayich's first match, coach said building confidence is the key here. In her first match, she had 4 kills on 38 attempts. Her second match, an incredible leap, 16 kills, hit 467. So her confidence, as it continues to grow, she's just going to become more and more lethal.
What a talent out of Serbia, no question. Perfect location, just enough in the middle. And the Fury respond nicely to make it 11-9 here in set 1.
And that was key number 2 that Coach Angel Perez told us. Run through the middle, push it early and often when you get that good pass to free up your pins later on in the match.
Serve here from CC Crawford out of Wisconsin. Seen a lot of touch here early. Off-speed shots and a whistle inside out.
That is something that Coach Pageant is working on with CC Crawford. She's coming from Wisconsin, and at Wisconsin, he said she ran a lot of ones, ran a lot of gap sets, was in front of the setter a lot, so they're working on that slide attack to get her more comfortable.
Chayich to serve here. Top spin, incredible tempo on that. Hammer up front, great effort. Lush trying to score again. Not much the Ignite can do. And the Fury responds. Madison, what's been a really good, close back and forth first set.
It absolutely has. Both teams, they're fighting fire with fire right now, and I love the energy from the Ignite, pursuing that ball all the way towards the end of the bench. But Columbus is not going away.
Service error there from Cox. Angel Perez calls her a fierce competitor. Great job in year 1 here in Columbus, but that serve is short and creates the Ignite's 13th point to set 1. Crawford puts it in play. Big confrontation up front.
Megan Lush has so much range, and she has the ability to see the block so well and then swipe it off the inside arms of the block that's set up just a little far too outside.
10-year pro, 6'1" out of Penn State. Big question, how much longer will she play in this league? Could be a couple years. Big response. Ignite right back to them here at 14-11 in set 1.
Ajani Teeler is so dynamic. She's so physical. Every single time she attacks, she really uses her vertical and her power to her advantage.
Another major weapon here for the expansion Ignite squad. Impressive to begin the season.
Elena Scott is back to serve. She's coming from Louisville, just most recently played in a national championship final. She's one of the top, if not the top liberos in the country coming out of college.
Coach told us, Coach Pageant, a lot of competition for the top libero spot. That's long. Terry going up for it, elevating with a big swing. And we've got a timeout. Here in Ohio's capital city, 16-11, set 1, best out of 5 here tonight on CBS Sports Network. Set 1 from Columbus. 16-11, the expansion Ignite trying to go 3-0 in the young season. A lead on the Columbus Fury. Tomorrow morning, head out to the pitch for a City showdown. Fiorentina takes on Torino at 6:30. It's the pinnacle of Italian soccer on CBS Sports Network. Stream every match live on Paramount Plus as well. Great soccer coming your way. Great volleyball here tonight. Back and forth mats here in set one, and Blues Brothers type accuracy with the crew here. These guys are fantastic.
Oh, this is awesome. This is professional volleyball in the United States. The volleyball is as talented as they come. They're as elite as they come. And then you can't see it on your screen, but we just had a little show as some people mopped up the floor. There they are. These guys are awesome.
We're talking about some of the individual stars, Mads, for the Ignite side and why they've got this great start. Like a tour member, Mena has been awesome. How about their team numbers?
Yeah, this is really impressive. I mean, they're leading the league in so many categories. They did a really good job in the draft. I mean, they got some of the best of the best. And then collectively as a team, it seems like they have gelled together really quickly. The chemistry has caught on right out of the gates. And one of the reasons is because of Lekator member Mena, such an incredible vocal, emotional, physical leader. She pretty much does it all for the Ignite, but those numbers speak for itself. Indy is off to a hot start.
Week 2, 17 kills for her. And Scott Obero on the serve. Powerful shot is well logged, not touched. Point for the Ignite.
A couple hitting errors for Columbus Fury as of late. They've got 4. Indy Ignite has played really cleanly. They only have 1 so far in the set.
Scott, hometown hero, played at Louisville from the Derby City. Up high, big swing. Marsh again, who's put together another great match here early. A true legend of PVF.
An absolute legend of the sport as well. Rising up into the air and then using the top of Sydney Hilly's fingertips, swinging high, up, and off.
Serve for Terry. Some top spin there. Back set. Terry toward the back line. Can just bump it over. Great location again. That's why she's so good. Member Mena.
And what's so much fun,
right-handed hammer.
Yep, absolutely. And what's so much fun about this Indy Ignite team is that they're a little bit more undersized. Member Mena 5'8", Johnny Teeler 5'10", Chaich 5'11", Cece Crawford 6'2", Blake Muller 6'2", so it's a really scrappy, dynamic, never say die kind of team.
6.57 points per set for her, a couple bases, 42 kills, 7 sets. Service error there for Mena, a mistake. Not many of those have happened in the early season for her. And it's back to the home team. Service for Lutch. USA in 2019. Chaich up high. Long. Big swing. Plenty of juice on that. Misses the mark.
And we're going to get a challenge, and I think that that's the right call because from where I'm sitting, it did look like there was a touch. Chaich rose into the air so high, and I think she might have grabbed some fingertips, but we will see. It's not up to me.
Challenge is allowed per coach per set here, Matt, so check it out. Quick video review for the Bolt 6 digital camera system. Your thoughts?
Oh. From there, I do not see a touch. You're going to look for any kind of movement, any kind of bend back of the fingertips. I did not see a touch from that camera angle. In real time, there was a little bit of a sound, but from that angle, there's no touch.
Bottom line, this is very close for the first challenge of the match here tonight. Bolt 6 camera system that is in place here. Year 2, PVF, 22 HD cameras placed around the court. Another look challenge. What do you think, partner?
No block touch, and thank goodness I'm not a referee because I could have sworn there was one.
It happens fast, live, you couldn't tell.
Absolutely, and Columbus definitely needed that. You're Columbus, you don't want Indy Ignite to get to the red zone. They're really terminal in those last 5 points.
Bosch off speed this time. Floater serve. Good kill on the far side. Blake Moeller operates beautifully. The middle blocker from Purdue coming off a hip injury last year at 6'1". A big swing, plenty of power and scores for the Ignite.
And so far, we have really seen the stars rise up for the Fury. 10 kills so far, 4 have been from Lush. For Indy, 11 kills so far, 4 have been from Member Mena. So both teams really outside hitter heavy. Issei
Havili, center from Kansas, played for Vegas last year. First court time tonight here for the Ignite. Gaich, the hard hit. Good defense from Stringer. And then power up front. The Fury tally again. Keeping things interesting here in set one.
Kaylee Cox is coming off of 18 kills, one of the highest numbers on the team, and it's because of all of this power that she brings to every attack. Watch her on the right side of your screen, takes space from the ball, nice momentum in her approach, and then takes advantage of the gap in the block.
Serve way long. Service error. And that hurts Ramelsburg, misses the target by quite a bit. Fury trying to build with local talent. Mentioned several players from the Columbus area. Lots of family and friends here. Well, Perez said there might have been a bit of distraction in the opener. On the road Thursday in Atlanta. Good effort, Muir trying to go down low for the dig. And more power for the home side, Stringer to serve.
Abby Walker brings a whole lot of speed to this middle attacking position. Coach said they're trying to implement more speed in that middle attack into their system consistently. So as much as possible, I would expect Tori Stringer to run through the middle.
Stringer out for now. Center from Penn State. Rivera is in, also played at Louisville. Battling some injuries, not available on Thursday in Atlanta, and the serve is long.
Wilma Rivera has the ability to really heat up behind the service line. She's got a nice, strong jump topspin, but coming onto the court after being on the bench, sometimes it's hard. You're a little cold, but when that serve heats up, I mean, it can really accumulate a whole lot of points for the Fury.
Timeout 21-16, set one. Go inside the team huddle, brought to you by Spalding. Let's get your ideas, Mads, on what Angel Perez is talking about.
I think consistency behind the service line, that's got to be a big emphasis for them. They've missed too many serves in the first set, especially against a really tough Indy team. You have to limit your errors as much as possible. And then I think going for the high hand, swinging nice and high, try to limit those attacking errors as well, and then running through the middle as much as possible. Their middles are their most efficient attackers, so pushing through the middle to open up Courtney Lush, Morgan Lewis on the right side, and Kaylee Cox later on.
Angel Perez, beyond the X's and O's, talked about the character of his team. Said practice was really good. So Thursday, Saturday, it's a busy schedule for these world-class athletes. 28-match regular season. The last thing he wants, as he said it was today, Mads, is for his side to fall to 0-3, but he feels like the character's getting built day by day here. It's the pillars, right, in year two. Tight to serve. Big dig. Takes in the backhand. Member Mena goes for the off speed. And scores. Nice tally again for the Ignite.
That whole rally just showed the expertise of the entirety of PVF. Hollister Rame with an amazing serve receive pass. And then the dig from Indy Ignite libero and the put away by Member Mena with such great court awareness. She knows exactly when to tip. She can see the open court so well.
Each All-American at Tennessee. All-SEC performer for good reason. Great play up front. CC Crawford, the middle blocker at 6'2". A powerful presence.
She is so dominant defensively. At Wisconsin last year, she registered 659 blocks in her collegiate career, which ranked second nationally for total career blocks. So not only is she good week in and week out, she has been good for multiple years for Wisconsin, and now she's taking her talents to the pros.
6'2", Lansing, Kansas native. 659 blocks in her great collegiate career. 1.24 per match for her per set. Ranks second nationally in total career blocks, number 17 all time. Great career for CC Crawford.
But here's an aspect of her game that Coach Padgett wants to emphasize is the offense. She's coming off of 2 kills on 9 attempts. So I would look for Indy Ignite to kind of push through the middle, run through her more, and try to get her warmed up a little bit quicker because she didn't have as much success last match.
All right, Ignite into the red zone and a couple points away here from set 1. Taich to serve. Looking to remember Mena back on the court here. Verticality, athleticism, power. We've seen it all early in the match from her. Back to back. PVF player of the week. It's possible. 2 great matches already. Maybe a third here tonight. Serve Taich. Too much on the far side. Reina Terry, the outside hitter with some power.
That was a gorgeous set by Wilma Rivera. There was no spin on that ball in the least bit. Perfect location, splitting the 2 blockers, kind of opening up Reina Terry for a one-on-one situation.
Cox, big sleeper in the draft, Angel Perez. Talk to us about Crawford, really good touch. The off speed, a score for the Ignite. We'll get a challenge.
Columbus is challenging floor touch.
All right, take a close look here. Challenge Angel Perez. Right here at set point, 24-17.
Yep, the ball was down, so the point will stay with Indy Ignite. Paula Sarame almost there. She could have gotten just 1 inch more, but good layout by her.
Fraction. That was a great effort. Nice chat with her after the morning practice here today in Columbus. Very confident team to bounce back. Buffer on the serve, but service errors wide on set point. And it's back to the Fury.
And so if you're the Fury, you're looking to build momentum. If you're not going to take the set, you can take momentum into the next set. So just working on rhythm and building that momentum for the next one.
Walker to serve here, partner. Member Mena. Up high, the huge swing. The cannon off her right arm. Wow.
It's so impressive. Member Mena, 5'8", but plays so much taller, uses all that momentum in her approach to weave that ball through 2 defenders. So incredible by her.
No doubt, Mads. The first set goes to the Fury, trying for the first set to the Ignite, trying for another win here in the early season. They've been awesome. Okay, set number 2 here in Columbus, 25-18. Ignite trying to go 3-0 in the young season. 6 kills from Lecator member Mena in set number 1, part of the 7-point set 1 win. Tickets for the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match scheduled for February 22nd, now on sale to the general public. The match will be played at Fisher's Event Center near Indy, home of the Ignite, and shown nationally on CBS. Tickets will start at $30. Fans interested in buying tickets may do so online via Ticketmaster and can also purchase them via the Fisher's Event Center box office Wednesday through Friday between 9 and 4. What an event that's going to be this year. February 22nd. Be part of that broadcast, right? Can't wait.
I am so beyond excited. It's going to be the best of PVF. Showing off. It's a great showcase for them. It's going to be really entertaining. The volleyball is going to be as high of a level as they come. It's going to be really, really fun. Everyone's going to want to show out.
All right, here we go with set 2. 25-18, set 1 to the Ignite. Hilly gets us started. Here's Cox. The big hammer, the big block up front. Crawford elevates and sends it right back.
Cece Crawford is so disciplined on her block, and she moves really quickly side to side. Look at her get there. It's a swing block. She gets there, pushes her arms over the net at the right time. Good job by Ajani Taylor setting that up in the right position as well.
Good dig, Cox, for the back line. Now the set here. And Mena goes off speed again. Cox made the save. She'll try a little dink as well over the net, and it scores for Columbus.
The off-speed shot is something that Coach Angel Perez told us he's working on with Kaylee Cox. He said they're working on adding more tools to her toolbox, a sharp angle, a tip right over the block. Those are things that she's working on in her rookie season.
Anchor for Western Kentucky, Conference USA, her senior year. 66 kills lead the Toppers. And the roll continues here. Abby Walker with a right-handed hammer finds plenty of court. Another point here for the home team.
Attribute that to Wilma Rivera. I told you guys when her serve heats up, it really heats up. Really strong jump topspin. Very difficult to get your platform underneath and pass.
Rivera's feeling just fine after being ill. Wasn't available for Thursday's match. Crawford and company find the corner.
Bolt 6 is one of the best technologies that PVF has invested in. I mean, immediately the ref could tell if it was in or out. We don't have line judges. Phenomenal technology.
Gaich, 16 kills, couple of aces, had a block Thursday in the win over Atlanta. Starts here for the visitors. Crawford the touch again, finding space, finding court. Cece Crawford, one more on the board here for Indy.
Cece Crawford knows how to take care of the ball. In the first set, Indy hit 367. Member Mena had 6 kills. She hit 667, but Hilly ran through the middles really well. Both of those middles, Crawford and Moeller, hitting over 400, 500.
5'11" Chaic from Serbia. Big topspin power serve there. Speaking of power on the other end, Terry up high with all kinds of heat, and nothing Indy could do.
So much power and heat, and that is generated from all of that momentum in her approach, swinging through the ball, keeping that ball in front of her, and then snapping.
From Marengo, Ohio, 549 kills, senior for Illinois. Kept alive. Member Mena trying to find a touch, can't, way off. Wide and long, and the Fury tallies again.
Good coverage by Indy Ignite, trying to keep that ball alive. Member Mena got that ball a little too far outside her left shoulder and couldn't control it in.
Serve for Cox. Top spin, good location. Member Mena elevating again.
You can pretty much guarantee if Indy Ignite or Columbus Fury, if they're in system and they get a free pass to their setter's head, the ball is going to be put away very, very efficiently. That's one of the fun parts about the Pro Volleyball Federation is the efficiency behind all of these attacks.
These players are the best in the world on display for a second year. Cece Crawford on the serve. Here's the operation. Deflected. Lost up high. Lots of power for the veteran. Still playing like a young superstar, isn't she?
She absolutely is, and she can hit every single area of the court. That range of hers makes her very difficult to dig.
Walker starts us off. Rivera the set. Flush again. Barely cleared the net. Good coverage. Ignite. Member Mena. Touch this time without the heat. Blocked up front. Great net coverage. Blake Moeller out of Purdue. Do her best in a 6-4 set. Set 2, Walker the serve. Well, Bearcat of Cincinnati. A few hours from here. Member Mena with the effort. Off court, makes the save, keeps the play alive. Until we have a whistle and play stoppage.
The ref is saying that Member Mena played that ball out of boundaries. Columbus Fury already back to serve. Abby Walker is eager to get back there and continue on with this momentum. And he goes back on it. We're going to get a replay. Point not going to Columbus Fury. We're going to replay the point. I know Indy Ignite is happy about that. They were not happy with that out-of-bounds call.
What did you think?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was completely fine.
One more quick peek at it here, Mads. What an effort.
And that's something that this Indy Ignite hangs their hat on, is the grit and the energy and the drive that they bring to every single play. They're a never say die, really gritty mentality kind of team. And you can see it in the way that they pursue balls all the way to the side, to the backcourt. Sometimes running into fans, it doesn't matter. They're going to pursue the ball at all costs. Selling out
at all times. These elite athletes. Here's Abby Walker, former American Conference Freshman of the Year at Cincinnati. 6-1, she'll serve again here. Set 2, 25-18, set 1 for the Ignite. Trying to move 3-0 this young season. Team learning so much about itself, personnel, about its operation, about strategy in the early going.
And what's really cool about the Indy Ignite is after the first game, Coach Pageant said they had already learned and grown so much. We talked to him after their first game, after their first win, and he said the defending at the net was a little sloppy. Their off-speed, off-blocker defense needed to improve. And then next they play the Rise, and they immediately clean that up. The blocking was phenomenal. Their off-speed, off-blocker defense drastically improved. I don't think they got burned on many tips, so it's really cool to see the expedited speed of their growth.
One set loss so far in the 2 matches, and the 1-0 lead here in match 3 for them. Our timeout continues. A lot of discussion about that last play from Member Mena. Keeps on growing week 1. Fantastic crowd that Columbus had here in its opening match. League average more than 6,500. Incredible turnout. 20 rookies have made their league debut here. And the top overall pick, Merritt Beeson, has been awesome so far in 2 matches. Very effective Thursday against the Fury. Service error this time. Walker way short. Point goes to the visitors. And serve back to the Ignite. Taylor to serve. Outside hitter. Into the Indy. Played her collegiate volleyball at Michigan. Member Mena. Again, the power. And she is overwhelming the Fury.
I got to give some credit to Kaylee Cox in middle back, playing some really good defense. She's making great reads and keeping the ball alive for her team. She's one of the reasons they're in it right now.
10 kills, a block against Grand Rapids for Taylor. Indy's second win. Answer, though, the home team from Ramelsburg. Up she goes, and down it goes. Big point, side out for the Fury.
Ramelsburg is so physical. She's up in the air at the right time in a one-on-one situation. She can identify the hands of the blocker so well and then swing with that power away.
Serve for Terry. Member Mena trying to look for that corner. Misses the target this time. Setting herself up. Trying for yet another kill. We've got a timeout here in Columbus. First set for the Ignite, 25-18. Have a challenge on that last kill attempt from member Mena.
Touch.
Close. What do you think live?
Well, I was wrong the first time, so I'm almost scared to even guess, but Coach Pageant
You're the expert. You're supposed to guess.
He's challenging block touch. Let's take a look at it here.
Okay.
This is a good angle. From that angle, I don't see any wiggle of the fingertips. Let's take a look at this one. About an inch too high. Can we just take a second to appreciate how high member Mena gets into the air? Her head is above the height of the net. She is only 5'8", but her vertical is absolutely incredible. No block touch. Point stays with Columbus, but I just had to take a second to brag on member Mena because, wow, that vertical.
And it's awfully fun to be courtside and watch her in action live here tonight. Incredible. Another kill for her. It's set 2 from Columbus, Ohio. Back in Columbus, 8-6, set 2, 25-18 for the expansion Ignite against Angel Perez and the Columbus Fury here. Member Mena, as advertised. Madison, we talked about her at the top of the broadcast for good reason. Spectacular talent.
She is so spectacular. She's PVF's first player of the week. And there's no question why. She recorded 25 kills in their debut in a 4-set match. She's got all of that power and poise behind her. She's really fun to watch.
Big stats already. Again, thinking about player of the week for a second straight week. Member Mena, right on cue. Not just the power, athleticism, and that huge swing that creates the heat, but the touch as well for another kill.
And that's why you establish the swing right out of the gate. She's powerful. The opposing defense is on their heels. They're ready for that deep swing, and then she takes a little bit off of it at the right time. She mixes it in perfectly.
Out of the break, 20 digs, 19 kills for the Fury in set 2. Hands full again here tonight. Lush elevates. Member Mena with a nice save in the back corner. Gates puts it over. Ramblesburg, not this time. Set up, Lush, touch. Finds it. That was down. We've seen a couple of big stars going off speed here, Matt.
At the right times, too. They mix it in at the right time. You've got to... Oh, it looks like that could have been up. I'm surprised they didn't challenge it, but Ajani Taylor laying out for that. But that's how you become a pro. You mix up your shots, you have a lot of range, you've got a lot of tools in your toolbox, and that's how you score.
Deflected up front, big shot. That just too good with Chaich. Side hitter has been a weapon for Indy in this match so far.
Chaich is one of those players that beats the opposing block with her speed and her versatility. She swings nice and high and above the block, and she's beating the block to the point.
Ramblesburg up high. Initial dig. See, and Hillary wondering what happened there. Point to the home team.
If you're a fan of the college game, you know this year in college volleyball, you're allowed to double the second contact. It's the first time that's ever been a rule. Well, in the pros, you're not allowed to double the second contact at all.
Point for the Fury at 10-8. Down by 1 here in the best out of 5. Kaylee Ramblesburg. Collegiate volleyball, High Point in Indiana. Big part of a local talent foundation here for the Fury. More discussion with Angel Perez. All right, play stoppage will continue here.
From our vantage point, I'm not exactly sure what they're discussing. I know that pro volleyball, they like it to be fast, so there's 8 seconds after the ball hits the ground before you have to go back to serve. So it's definitely slowing it down, but it's definitely for a good reason. I'm just not exactly sure what it is.
We're told it could be a scoring issue. Get everything ironed out here. Gives us a second to talk about Legator member Mena, who has been awesome as usual, as advertised for the Ignite here.
9 kills on 16 attempts, hitting .438. If you don't know volleyball, that's an extremely high hitting efficiency for an outside attack. She can hit from the outside. She can hit from the back row. They like to run her on the bic, a quick middle backswing. She's got the range. She's got the versatility. She's got the athleticism. She's a huge leader for this Indy Ignite, emotionally, vocally, and physically.
42 for 84, first 2 matches heading into what's been a great match for her again tonight. Have a little fun, staying loose. 38.1% efficiency, couple of aces, and the 7 sets entering the 3rd match of the season for Indy. How do you possibly neutralize a player like that, man? This is tough to do.
You have to really work extra hard to be disciplined on the block. Get there close. You have got to get your hands above the net really quickly and press at the right time. Because she's so fast, she's beating the opposing blocks a lot of the times and creating all these angles for herself.
Play stoppage continues. We'll talk hoops. Don't miss a women's college basketball triple-header tomorrow starting at noon Eastern. First, Rhode Island takes on Duquesne, then more 8-10 action. VCU battles Richmond at 2. Finally wrap up the afternoon with a Mountain West battle. Wyoming takes on UNLV at 4 Eastern. Great women's college basketball coming your way on CBS Sports Network tomorrow. Maggie Dugan spinning the web for Richmond 37 and 8 times in a game against Mason already this year, and against Davidson 26.7 boards and a couple of assists. So Maggie, a major factor for Richmond in the Atlantic 10. Keep it locked in here on CBS Sports Network tomorrow for women's basketball. Here in PVF, our play stoppage continues. A lot of discussion after the last sequence here in the court.
While there is a break on the court, off of the court, the fans are bumping. The music is great. The energy is high. Columbus does a really good job at putting on such an event. So not only do you come and you watch excellent volleyball, some of the best in the United States, you also, it's like you're at a little concert. You're having a little party. Everybody loves volleyball. It's a really fun atmosphere.
Much better than that, right? Night out of this year, 18 PVF. 2-0 atop the standings. Followed by the 5 of the defending champ Supernovas, Valkyries. You'll see a lot of them this year. Thrill, the Mojo, the Fury at 0-2 in the Rise at 0-3.
The difference here for Columbus Fury between set 1 and set 2 is the consistency. 0 errors on the attack, so they've cleaned that up, and they're hitting a lot more efficiently. They're hitting .412 in this set, so they're taking care of the ball at a higher clip, and that's the difference maker. Their defense and their serve receive is doing a really good job at keeping them in system as well.
Play stoppage continues. The players having a good time. 5 picked to win the PVF preseason poll, followed by Orlando, Omaha, Indy, Grand Rapids, Vegas, San Diego, and Columbus. 8th and last in the preseason poll. For 28 matches, this is going to be a long year. A lot will change between now and the championship. Can't wait to watch it unfold.
A lot of communication happening. They're really trying to figure it out, whatever it is.
Well, Columbus, the new look this year, 12 new players, 8 free agents, 4 draft picks. Building for the future. As Angel Perez told us today, it'd be so important. Looking for players who want to be here 2 and 3 years. A lot of transition between year 1 and 2 match in terms of the roster makeup. A lot of players changing sides.
Exactly, and it really is a wonderful system. I mean, all of these teams are a joy to play at. It's an honor to play professional volleyball in the United States for PVF, so there was a lot of movement. There's a lot of professional experience on the Columbus Fury side, and like we've seen, they did a really good job in the draft. Columbus Fury with Kaylee Cox, Abby Walker, and a bunch others.
Okay, the issue's been ironed out, man.
All right.
Good news about to resume here. 10-8 here in set 2. 1-5-18 for the Ignite. The first set score. Ramelsburg puts it in play with a hard serve. From Mena. A nice big kick from the back line. Walker elevates. Blocked up front to the top of the net and back for the Fury. Side out. Point on the board again for the visitors.
Good net defense on both sides. First, Columbus Fury gets a nice block touch, slowing down that attack, and then Indy Ignite finishes it with a nice discipline. Quick hands over the net by CeCe Crawford.
Kelly, the outstanding setter, 3 for 3 on kill tries. That match over Grand Rapids. Ignite 2 on the year. Cox have a big kill attempt on the try. The dig effort, laying out Hilly. And a one-handed attempt comes up a little bit short. Point for the Fury.
Watch Wilma Rivera set that block up so nicely, turn those palms into the court and push back to area 6. That was all Rivera on that one.
Played World Cup qualifier, Puerto Rico last year. Perez from Puerto Rico as well. Overwhelmed this time as Wilma on one knee, trying to do the best she could for a dig toward the back line. Too much power for Indy.
Coach Pageant said Ajani Teeler's arm is an absolute cannon, and I could not say that any better. When she unleashes that arm and swings all the way through, it's so impressive.
Chaich to get her career at Towson. Of the Tigers to 4 straight CAA titles. Digging, it's over. Good effort from CeCe Crawford. Crawford the set this time. Off speed. Sent over. Sarame. And company get it over. Lot with lust, a lot of power. And too much for the Ignite this time. One more point for the Fury in a really close second set.
That's one of the areas of the court that Coach Angel Perez told us Kaylee Cox is working on, swinging down the line, dropping that thumb, driving it, just painting that line and tooling the block.
Cox from Flower Mound, Texas, DFW, the Metroplex. Teeler up high, lots of power, deflected up front.
Ajani Teeler says, all right, you can swing line, get a kill on the right side, so can I. Rising into the air, tooling off that block. I'd like to see that block set up a little bit more outside and wrap that left hand into the court.
Teeler from Grand Prairie, Texas. Collegiate Volleyball, Kentucky, big star in the SEC. Blocked up front. Chaich gets things started. Crawford, Sarame, other end for Lush. Big power for the veteran. Right-handed hammer goes cross-court, perfect location. Point for the Fury.
Megan Lush is a player with a resume that not so many have. Out of system, great set by Sarame. And after that point, Megan Lush said, that was all you. She pointed to Sarame and said, that was all you.
Walker on service. Hilly gets things started. Teeler had the touch again. So as you said, got the big right-handed hammer and a cannon on that right shoulder, but sometimes the off-speed ball can be the best shot.
Absolutely, mixing it up is imperative to get points. Now we see Elena Scott coming in for Ajani Teeler. Elena Scott, I could not speak more highly of her. I know she's got so many fans in Louisville and in Indy now.
5'9" libero. All-American 3 straight times at Louisville. 22 through 24 for her. So Scott in, very tight second set.
And another advantage of having Elena Scott on this team now is she pushes Kylie Murr, the current libero for the Indy Ignite. Coach said they push each other, they make each other better, vice versa. It's healthy competition in that gym.
It elevates the talent, right? Been around this game a long time, you know it.
Iron sharpens iron.
Well said. Got 2-time defensive player of the ACC for Louisville. ACC total digs per set senior year for the Cardinals. 554 of those with a 4.40 average. So fantastic collegiate career. Awaits the timeout we're having again here in Columbus. Looking to serve.
Elena Scott most definitely has such a bright future in the professional world. She took that Louisville team to new heights. She never let the ball touch the ground. She was so much fun to watch play. She's an absolute star for them, and she has a long, long career ahead of her, no doubt, with the Indy Ignite, with professional volleyball in general.
All right, we're told another scoring problem. Get this ironed out as quickly as possible here in Columbus. Gives us a chance, Mads, to talk about the standings. The Ignite off to the 2-0 start. Are you surprised that this expansion franchise is undefeated?
A little bit. I'm not going to lie. You would think with such a new franchise, it would take the team a second to get their feet underneath them, to get chemistry, to get momentum. Volleyball is such a team sport, and the chemistry is so important. So the fact that Indy Ignite has burst onto the scene like they have is just, it's really impressive that Coach Pageant has been able to make a team together that already has that chemistry built in. I think he just picked some absolute athletes. I said it before, they're all a bit undersized, but they're all such good six rotation athletes that it really works.
Vegas beat Omaha this week, last night 3-2. An exciting match. 19th, that's coming up tomorrow. Mojo Supernovas, Rise and Vibe, and Valkyries and Thrill will all play here over the next couple days in PVF. Well, the bench can have some fun, little dancing going on. Why not?
This arena has really filled out. Yeah, you got to stay loose because it is cold in here, and this arena has really filled out. It's really, really fun atmosphere in here.
Upcoming matches on CBS Sports Network. Night 5, the Rise and the Thrill. Fury back in action on our air against the Valkyries. And again on the 23rd. Great action coming your way to debut this year, CBS Sports Network of PVF. Fun to watch, fantastic league. Second year, 8 teams in 2025. It appears all the issues have been ironed out. We're about ready to resume.
Just to inform the crowd, Columbus has protested the score officially, but the match will continue.
Here we go. All tied, set 2. 1-0 for the visitors, trying to go 3-0 in the young season. Cox, the back line. Initial set, Ramelsberger goes the other way with it instead. Up front, excellent play for the Fury. And has the Ignite scrambling defensively.
Another difference in Fury's performance from set 1 to set 2 is the control they have in their first ball contact. The side out, the serve receive pass is really strong and very clean. That one by Kaylee Cox.
Serve for Terry. Perfect location. Overwhelmed Scott just off the bench for the Ignite. Too hot to handle, and a point for the home team.
It's very difficult to ace Elena Scott, the Elena Scott. So nice flat float serve by Raina Terry. It moved a lot from the time it contacted her hand to the time it was at the opposing team.
Terry, the second-round pick. Columbus did not have a first-round pick. Look at Lush up high. Big block for the veteran. Elevation, and back it goes. We've got a timeout. Fury has a lead here in set 2, and the big crowd, more than 5,000, electrified. 16-13, set 2. Lush up high says, no, forget about it. Big crowd here at Nationwide. Madison making a lot of noise now. And beloved Fury, a 3-point lead in set 2 after dropping set number 1. How'd they turn the tides in the second set in your mind?
They control their first ball contact, nice clean passes. They're in system, and then they're running through their middles. They're spreading out the ball really well. Both setters for the Fury, Tori Stringer doing a really nice job at spreading out the offense. Wilma Rivera as well. They have limited their service errors, limited their serve receive errors, and they're swinging a lot more efficiently. So it was kind of like every part of their game started to heat up in the second set.
Timeout. Raina Terry out of Illinois, the outside hitter. Great career for the Fighting Illini. 4th in total attacks, 8th in kills per set, 9th in total kills in her senior year 2023. Another point on the board here. The home team on a run extends the lead here in set 2 to 4.
And that's an aspect of their game that I missed as well. The block has started to heat up right there. Triple blocking, shutting that net down. There were no open gaps.
Terry. Catch to the top of the net. Mena from the outside, the big right-handed hammer. Lush missed that one, just off a bit on her timing, off the top of her hand and into the net, and a point for the Ignite.
That's a rare miss by Lush, who was hitting 750 in this set before that. So if you're Lush, you shake it off. You're not worried about that miss at all because you've been so consistent.
Speaking of consistent, looking to remember, Mena has been awesome again tonight. Leads her team and kills again. Touch, perfect, Terry. Off speed with a right hand. Perfect location, finds court. Point for the Fury.
And this is something that I'll get into a little bit more later, but the Columbus Fury does not run the slide attack, or at least they're trying to limit the amount of times they run the slide attack. So they're running that D-ball, that right back row attack a lot, so they can have that right side presence.
Third for Lush, partner, but it is a service error. Wide, point to the Ignite. Indy creeps closer here in set 2, down 3. Muller to serve. Sarame got things started. Finish for the Fury. Nothing the Ignite could do here defensively on that. And the Fury creeps closer, winning set 2.
Raina Terry coming into the lineup and absolutely popping off, if I can say that, is a testament to the depth of the Fury. They've got a stacked bench. Morgan Lewis, last match versus Atlanta, had 19 kills. She paced the team. Morgan Lewis isn't playing currently. Raina Terry coming in and absolutely pacing the team now. So the depth on the bench of the Fury is really impressive.
Hamilton is ready. A hero from here in the state of Ohio. Closing in, trying to even this thing up with a service error. A couple of those. First from Lush, then Haley Ramelsberg. Point here. 3-point set in set 2. Now Perez said he hopes his team can keep those service errors down tonight. Looking for less than 10 total. A couple here in the second set, I've heard. Rivera the set, cocks up high. Mena, good play. Set Hewitt. Well played by Scott. And nothing that Sarame can do out of Indiana, the second-year pro overwhelmed.
I saw an interesting tweet by Dan Meske, who's Louisville's assistant coach, and he said one of the major differences between pro and college is the out-of-system setting in the professional league is so impressive right there. Great out-of-system set.
A very good set. Remember Mena, all kinds of power, maybe too much. Thought there could have been a touch though. Appealing up front, and it was. (19-18). Got a timeout.
It's a good timeout by the Fury. You want to stop the bleeding. Indy Ignite on a little bit of a momentous run. And volleyball is a game of momentum. You'll exchange 3 points back to back. Right now, it's all Indy.
Talk more, Mads, about the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match scheduled for February 22nd. Tickets are on sale now to the general public. The match will be played at Fisher's Event Center, home of the Indy Ignite, and shown nationally on CBS. Madison will be a part of that broadcast. Can't wait to watch that. Ticket prices start at $30. Fans interested in buying tickets may do so online via Ticketmaster and can also purchase them by the Fitchers Event Center box office Wednesday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
And
It's going to be an incredible show.
Absolutely, and this is another testament to how the Pro Volleyball Federation is continuing to push the envelope and grow. In Season 1, they didn't have an all-star match. In Season 2, they added a whole new franchise, and now we have a really fun all-star match. So good on PVF for continuing to push the envelope and grow.
Hilly started her pro career in Puerto Rico back in 2022. Set to serve here a moment ago. Got another timeout. Ignite on the move here in set 2. When it looked like the Fury had a stranglehold on the set and the equalizer here in our match.
You could never count Indy Ignite out. I watched their first 2 matches and they were a little slow to start in each of those sets, but they really do have the unique ability to heat up and gain momentum as they continue on in a set, and they thrive later on as they near the red zone.
4,680 assists in the great career of Sydney Hilly at Wisconsin. What a career she had there, and continue excellence at the pro level. Cox up high elevation. Dig from the back line. And Bermena set up, blocked up front. Bermena not just great on the kills with the right arm. Hilly the set. Off speed again. Lush kept it alive. Rivera. Over in 3 for the home team. Lush from the back line. Rivera the set. Off speed, so effective in the match here tonight. And it ends up tangling up the visitors, and Walker tallies for the Fury.
And sometimes an off-speed shot goes down because I'm not even sure Abby Walker wanted to hit it in the way that she did. So if she doesn't know what she's trying to do, neither does the defense. And it's funny when a long rally ends like that.
Perez knows how productive she can be. Got to have a big role here tonight. Cox tries for the block up front. Lush a good save. Over for Terry. Hilly the set. Good dig Rivera. Bumped over by Cox. Here's the set and the hammer. CC Crawford. Lots of power again for the Ignite.
Great dig by Wilma Rivera, who's really quick twitch on the Columbus side in that right back position. But CC Crawford, there's no digging that ball. Painting the sideline. CC Crawford's got a lot of range, and when she swings nice and high, she's really terminal.
Chaich once had 42 kills in a collegiate match to set a record. Starts things off well with a good serve. The Fury on its heels a bit. Chaich tallies, and things are very interesting here, Mads, in set 2.
Chaich is the first player in SEC history to surpass 40 kills in a modern era match. That was an absolutely insane match by her.
Big topspin serve, lots of power there. Terry trying to respond. Right-handed kill try. And Bermena. Up front block try, Terry. Too much. Healer, the opposite hitter, has got some serious juice on her right arm.
Credit to Sydney Healy, who knows exactly when to mix it up, reverse the flow, go back to Ajani Teeler. She runs a really balanced offense, and so it's difficult to get into a rhythm on the blocking standpoint, but she's got good flow, she understands matchups, and she reverses the flow to Ajani really well and at the right time.
All square here in set 2. First of the night, 25-18. Now every point becomes a big point. Chaich on a roll. Cox, good dig from the back line. Gets the return. Cox up high. Crawford says no.
What's so much fun about Kaylee Cox, even though she's a rookie, she's taking these big, brave rips every single time she gets an opportunity. She does not shy away from a block that is up and close.
Big play, side out, point for the home team. Cox off that play, is serving. Crawford up high, and Bermena looking for space again. Lush trying to return the favor, blocked up front by Crawford. It's a wall with CC Crawford. Great elevation along with Ajani Teeler, and not much the Fury can do.
Watch CC Crawford get there close. The timing of this block, both blockers have to be up at the same time and pressed for it to work, and they were up at the right time. Totally succinct.
Ties a thrilling second setup at 21. The set goes to the opposite end. Touch Terry. It's over. Raina Terry, perfect location. Just the dink, just enough. Finds court. Another big point. The Fury 3 away from the equalizer.
Raina Terry with 6 kills in set 2 alone, hitting .462 in this set.
Wow. Power, efficiency, and as we saw, Matt, some touch as well. Big sequence. Top of the net and over. Stringer, enough.
I love that decision from Coach Angel Perez. Put Tori Stringer in. She's a great server. We've got Wilma Rivera and Tori Stringer, both setters on the court at the same time. But Tori Stringer is a pro's pro. She can come in, deliver an ace, nice flat float serve, and use the tape, the top of the tape, to her advantage.
Son of Trent, former Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Buccaneers, now the head football coach at UAB. What a great athletic family that is. Phenomenal. Second year Fury setter. A huge serve a moment ago off the tape. 2 points away now here in set 2.
Coach Angel Perez told us Tori Stringer's a great leader. She's very vocal and dynamic. She's coming off of a really solid showing against Atlanta in their 5-setter, 53 assists, 19 digs, so a nice easy double-double there for her. 4 kills at 375. She's an emotional leader as well, and that was a great get by Columbus last year in that trade with Atlanta.
2-time All-American at Louisville. Great career there. The Cards reached their first ever NCAA Final Four back in 2021, finalists last year. Penn State took it all. And coached by Angel Perez in pro leagues in Puerto Rico. That connection goes way back, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And looking at the stats right now in set 2, Indy's got 25 kills, but the Fury's got 29. Raina Terry, 9 kills. She has really stepped up big. 29 digs for the Fury, 28 digs for Indy. So this is neck and neck. This could go either way.
Timeout, Tori Stringer. Big serve, 2 points away. The Fury crowd, more than 5,000 strong. Goes silent for a moment. Tape again. Teeler able to find it, but trouble communication getting the operation going for the Ignite. Makes it a set point. The lights go out. The crowd on its feet, looking for the second set. Columbus wants to tie this matchup. Stringer the serve. Hilly the set. Member Mena. Just too good. All that power. Side out at point. 22 on the board. Set 2 for Indy. One more chance here for the home team. Equal this thing up. Johnny Teeler. 5'9", Orlando last year. Great player, Kentucky in college. Lush has it over. Hilly setting. Member Mena hammering. Ramelsberg. Ayich in the back line. Kept alive. Set. Ramelsberg. Terry again, the dink try. Just got it over. Member Mena with some power. Rivera, good save. Keeps the point alive. Way up Lush. Too far up, and it drifts out. 24-23. Almost got the overhead scoreboard there. Timeout. Things getting very interesting here in set 2. Ignite on the comeback trail. And now the Fury, no more margin for error here, Matt.
Indy Ignite, you want to go back to the service line. Nice, strong serve. Continue on with that momentum. If you're the Fury, all you're thinking about is one side out. Clean pass, spread out that offense, finish the ball. It's anybody's game, but if you're the Fury, you are very dead set, locked in on what you need to do. You do not want to go down 0-2 in the sets.
Part of an 0-2 season so far. Lots of matches, 28 in the regular season to try to make the playoffs, the Final Four. But the last thing you want to do is start an 0-3 hole. And the expansion Ignite has been fabulous in the early going. Member Mena has certainly delivered in every aspect of this match.
Member Mena with 11 kills in 2 sets, hitting 375, 6 digs. And when I asked Coach Pageant what he was most impressed with Member Mena, he didn't talk about her offense. He said she's got insane serve receive and ball handling, really clean touch on the ball, and that's been the most impressive thing to him so far.
Taylor, big serve, 23-24 in set 2. Perfect location, maybe some miscommunication there. So Rame could not get a clean dig from the back line, and we're all tied in set 2 at 24.
Ashani Taylor doing a nice job at serving the seams in between 2 serve receivers.
From Grand Prairie, Texas. Now a chance for the Ignite to take the lead. Rivera the set. Handelsberg, a lot of power. Hilly the save. So Rame, really nice dig. On the other end, the answer. Terry, just too tough up front with a right-handed hammer. And nothing the Ignite could do. Fury within 1 point now, set number 2.
Paula Sarame with the big up, nice quick twitch dig, getting down, keeping the play alive for her team, and then Wilmer Rivera knowing exactly when to reverse the flow to Raina Terry, setting the hot hands and getting the point.
Terry to serve. Hush falls over the crowd here at Nationwide. Gaich gets things going. Member Mena up high again. One more time, elevation. And the big kill to tie this thing up in set 2 at 25.
That tempo set from Hilly to Member Mena is really difficult to block because as a blocker, you've got to get over there quicker. You've got to get set, get those hands over the net. Member Mena is beating the block to the pin most of the times.
And now she serves. In her hands here at the end of the second set. Short service error. Going for the heat, the top spin serve. Point side out for the home team. Again, 1 point away from set 2. On time pro the legend. Megan Lush trying to put away set 2, short serve. Member Mena just enough for that one. Hilly the set, Gaich up high. Sarame, Lush, Terry, the power, it's out. It's long, we're tied 26.
And we're gonna get a challenge from
set 2, we will have a challenge. It's in. Successful challenge.
Columbus is challenging block touch.
The call we see right away is that is in from the Bolt 6 system.
Yeah, and in or out is not a challengeable call because immediately Bolt 6 will show him, so there might have been a little bit of a delay. Megan Lush ran over there and says, look at the board, it's in. I believe that Columbus Fury was going to challenge touch.
Absolutely enormous call here in set 2.
This call is about as big as they come. Overtime, every single point matters.
Ignite convinced that was long. Bolt 6 showed us it was in.
Clearly out.
Yeah, way out. All right. Got it cleared up. It is, in fact, 26 apiece. Avili off the bench to serve. Cox, the power. And Nisei Havili, the setter out of Kansas, no chance.
And that was a rare time that CC Crawford, middle blocker for Indy Ignite, did not close the block all the way. See that open gap about 2 feet. Kaylee Cox, with all of that power and speed, drives it through right to the deep corner.
(27-26) for Columbus. Extra points here in the second set. First set score 25-18 to the Ignite. Another chance here to put it away in set 2. And Joe Gillen from Arkansas off the bench to serve.
Jill Gillen led Arkansas when she was in college 2 years ago to their first ever Elite Eight. She is so incredibly impressive. She's also an undersized player, but she's got a massive jump top spin. Let's see if she pulls it out.
Played for the Valkyries last year in Orlando. Big service here off the bench for Angel Perez. Looking for a 28-26 set 2 win to even this up in the best of 5. Pressure point again. Service way long.
That's a tough situation if you're Jill Gillen. You've been sitting for 2 sets, coming off the bench. A jump top spin is a high-risk, high-reward serve. The toss has to be right. Your approach has to be right. You have to contact it at its highest point. That's a difficult serve.
The setter, Hilly, starts us off tied up. Off speed. Hilly the set. Does a great job on the dig. Toward the net. Cox up front. Just too good.
Watch this block set up in the perfect location. They're so disciplined, so dynamic. Middle blocker Walker, Kaylee Cox on that outside, set up a little bit more inside of the antenna, seeing that Ajani Taylor had to take that big step in, up and pressed, shutting it down.
Here's Rivera, the lefty serve is out. Service error, trying for that ace down the line. And look live. To tie the second set up again here, Matt, to 28 apiece.
That was a close call. I feel like all of Columbus Fury's serves are high risk, high reward. They have 11 errors on the night so far.
That's a lot more than the coach told us today he wanted. Chaich on the serve, Terry again the off speed. Has the Ignite on its heels again. Not much that Taylor can do. She's backpedaling into trouble, and again the Fury is within 1 point of set 2.
Raina Terry, so impressive. She's also a rookie, and her ability to have the discernment to know when to take something off of it and tip is a very elite and at a mature level.
Kaylee Cox, service error this time. Crawford, up she goes. Member Mena from the outside with absolute heat again. Guess what? We're tied again here in set 2 at 29.
Not only does Member Mena accumulate a lot of points for her team, she also does it at a very high clip, super efficient. You can count on her to put the ball away.
I mean, no errors. This doesn't happen. CC Crawford on the serve. Cox, good dig. Kept the play alive. Perfect location for Terry. Lots of juice. Finds the court. Another point. Again, the Fury to within 1 of set 2.
Coach Angel Perez really stressed the fact that they needed a right side that can have high production. He said they lacked it last year, and that was a part of their downfall. He said we need a right side that can put up points at a high clip. Raina Terry is doing just that, and Wilma Rivera setting her up nicely.
Abby Walker, at John Glenn High School, another Ohioan. Great play up front. Terry doing the best she could against Member Mena, but deflects it wide, and out of bounds it goes, and we are tied again in this thrilling second set at 30 apiece. There isn't much Member Mena cannot do.
It's her 13th kill. Yeah, incredible.
Serve from Taylor. Set up, sent wide. The blast there. And Terry doesn't look like that was touched up front. Missed the target down the line. And now it's Indy 1 point away from set 2. 31-30. Taylor looking for the exclamation point on this game. Lush. Chaich. Member Mena on the back line, finds it with the hammer again. What a match he's had through 2 sets. Unstoppable for the Ignite. 32-30 in set 2 at 2 sets to none. The Ignite creeps closer to moving to 3-0 on the young season. Taylor started with the serve. Member Mena, all kinds of court. The backline hammer. Perfect location. And a perfect start for the Ignite. 32-30 in set 2, and Maddie is joined by the superstar Member Mena.
Your ability to keep the foot on the gas pedal, the grit that your team displays, what does this win and this comeback in that set communicate about your team?
That we're a really gritty team. Like, we're never going to get up no matter what the score is. We could be down by 10, we can be down by 1. We're always going to try and attack and be the aggressors.
With a game this tight, what's the difference maker in the third set?
Being confident in each other. Obviously, that one was back and forth, and I think, we got a little jittery, but coming back out, being calm, and trusting in what we know that we can do.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Madison, thanks. Legator, member, Mena, see the numbers spectacular so far out of St. Louis, Missouri. The big star shining brightly tonight, 2-0 for Indy. Lots of drama in set 2. Bottom line, Ignite rallies Madison late to take a 2-0 lead and in control in this match. The Fury's so close in that second set. So many chances to put it away with set points, but couldn't get it done.
And to add on to these stats, in the second set, Fury out-hit Indy Ignite, 286 to 234. They also tacked on more kills, but Indy made less service errors, only committing 1 to Columbus's 5. And really, in the end, grit wins games. Indy Ignite refused to go away. They refused to die. They're a never say die kind of mentality team, and it was really fun to watch. Kudos to them.
Also cool to see the interview a moment ago with Legator member Mena. Talk about a game face.
Locked in.
Intense, locked in and ready. What she hopes is a 3-set sweep. Set one, 25-18, the Ignite. Madison pretty dominant, not tested. Set two, a different story. Several opportunities with set points for the home team. Couldn't put the expansion Ignite away, and now they're in a 2-0 hole. And member Mena has just been awesome through 3 matches so far. Unstoppable, really, right?
Member Mena and Indy Ignite stared a set loss in the face and said, you know what, no, I'm not scared. I'm gonna swing as hard as humanly possible. I'm gonna rip a couple aces. I'm gonna be super confident and poised. And it was really fun to watch, and that's what gave them the win.
Chaich, Rivera, member Mena on the back line. For the set, Crawford. Trying to go cross court with that one, missed the target, it's wide. And a good start for the home team here in set 3.
It looked like that set from Sydney Hilly just a little too low. CeCe Crawford had to speed up, and she caught that ball a little too low.
Service again for Walker, former Bearcat star. Chaich, the touch. Good location. He was able to get onto that one, keep the play alive. Only no set directly over for her. Cox, lots of power. Dig again, Chaich. Testing the defense. Set wide by Walker.
Something to watch out for the Fury is they are triple blocking the outsides of the Ignite. You see it a little bit sparingly in the college game, but you're seeing it more in the pro game. That outside blocker is getting all the way to the right side in an attempt to block Chaich.
You'll remember the Supernovas last year. On route to a championship. Crawford up front. Trying for the big block.
If you are a young volleyball player, I would get out a notepad and take notes on CeCe Crawford and the way that she can close the block, getting there, getting her feet set, arms pressed, and then diving those arms into the open gap.
Great elevation, perfect location there. Rivera not setting, but the kill instead with that quick lefty flick. A lot of power on that one, found the court. Big point for the home team.
And when you run a 5-1, you yourself as a setter have to be an offensive weapon, and Wilma Rivera is, with a whole lot of power behind that tip right to the campfire.
Impressive, a lot of heat on that. Hilly, Chaich, good play up front by Terry. Here's Cox, blocked again. It's Crawford, who's been everywhere tonight, omnipresent for the visitors from Indianapolis. And they've got their 3rd point here of set 3.
She's a really athletic middle, so she gets to her right side blocker, Ajani Taylor, really quickly. Nice up and press. Ajani Taylor also, kudos to the pins. They're doing a great job at setting the block.
Chaich gets things started. And the shot sent off the mark. Looks wide. Here's a point for the Fury. Tough angle here. Cox to serve. Tied set 3, but 2-zip for the Ignite. Hilly for Crawford.
That serve was handled really well by Lecantor member Mena, who angled her platform really nicely to Hilly. And when Indy Ignite gets a 3-pass, they're gonna push through the middle. That's a game plan of theirs. Force the middle, and CeCe Crawford very efficient.
Such a great player up front as a middle blocker in college. Sorts of records with blocks in her collegiate career. But she's been amazing with kills tonight. Not just member Mena getting it done. Lush blocked up front. Crawford again. Now involved in the middle of the court. Set long and off target. Taylor trying for a big point for the visitors. Replay shows us it's out. Beta Dumancic. Serve attempt for her tonight. Hilly on the set. Guess what? Another big point for Mena. Has been everywhere. Not just the power, not just the touch. That was kind of half speed. Mads in perfect location again.
And one of the reasons you target the outside that's pulled back to serve receive is because you want to take them out of the offense. Well, member Mena will not be taken out of the offense. She'll pass a dime and then get the kill.
Walker up high. Hand of time. Whoa. Up quickly, and it went down fast into the open court. Point for the Fury.
And that's where her speed Hayes advantage. Abby Walker up in the air really quick with a nice fast snap on the ball. She gets on top of it really well.
Serve for Terry. Backline location. Hilly sends it right over. And a quick kill has the Fury on its heels, off balance. So another setter with a nice kill with a quick flick.
Really good decision by Hilly. She had a blocker on her, but she could feel she was a little bit lined up to the left. Hilly coming off of 3 kills on 3 attempts, so she's very offensive minded.
Serve, remember Mena. Terry again. Lots of strength, lots of power. The touch up front. And the Fury tallies. All knotted up 6 apiece. Third set. Georgiadis, Barrow from the University of Houston at 5'9", onto the court. First time we've seen her in the match. Taylor. Early test, Rivera. Lush with the touch. Hilly. Giacic, plenty of power. Lush back line, good dig. Member Mena. Again, that half-speed shot just inside the line. And it has the timing of the Ignite perfectly. And the Fury's defense just can't match it right now.
Like a tour member, Mena can really see the opposing court very well, and that's Georgiadis as a libero. I'd almost like her to get in and take that, be aggressive. Paula Sarame, now libero back in.
Paula on the serve. Touch, Walker, Cox, the block up front. Taylor, great dive dig, touch. Giacic again. Talk about court vision. And that off-speed dig just over the net. Just enough for Indy again. Timeout in Columbus. Set 3, 8-6. Indy hoping for a sweep here tonight.
The Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Franklin Sports, a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports Network.
George Pageant, first-year head coach of Indy, told us about offensive balance from the middle out. I want to see a lot of contributors. Imagine our discussion with the Ignite coach this week. What do you think about that balance so far? Member Mena has just been amazing, but a lot of other contributors too.
It's been a display of balance. You have to have a lot of tools in your toolbox if you want to score at this high of a level. You have to be able to mix it up. Indy Ignite's doing that really well. Also, Indy Ignite more undersized, so you have to use different things to your advantage, like speed, range, and a lot of tools in your toolbox.
Bowler partner, the service error makes it an 8-7 set. 25-18 set 1, 32-30, a thrilling set 2 here from Columbus. Lush out for now. Walker on service. Big crowd tonight here nationwide, hoping for a big comeback. Taylor blocked up front, Cox. Just too good.
It looked like Taylor really had to extend for that ball. She couldn't get a good swing on it, get on top of it. It might have been a little too close to the net, and as a back row attacker, you can't jump in front of that 10-foot line.
Walker puts it in play. Hilly, Crawford. Up front it goes for Cox. Over Hilltopper, Western Kentucky. In Bowling Green, Kentucky. Effective again tonight. Big point for the home team.
Attacking and out of system has been really impressive on both sides of the net. Jill Gillen setting that ball up, coming over her shoulder, and then Kaylee Cox does a great job at seeing the block and swinging down the line. She only had about a foot to work with.
Giacic. Serve again from Walker Rivera on the set. Here's Cox. Too much. Member Mena trying for the dig. No luck on that power. And Cox has had a tremendous match tonight for the home team.
Coach Angel Perez said Kaylee Cox was the biggest sleeper of the draft. He had her as number 3 in outsides in college, so they were so excited when their top 3 outside got to the 3rd round. They're like, yeah, yes, we'll take her.
Gladly. They were thrilled. Member Mena, short this time. One of the few hitting errors we've seen in the match from her. She has been lights out tonight. A big reason the Ignite has got the 2-0 lead. Walker stays on serve until now. Service error, point Ignite. And Indy tries for rally now. Here's Hilly, part of 3 straight Big Ten championships at Wisconsin. Backboard serve for Cox. Up front, Ciacic has an answer. Great time for her there. Perfect timing and a perfect block.
And what was so great about that is usually Cece Crawford, the middle, would be on the setter, but Ciacic was lined up right there, ready for it. Nice pop-up. Really well done by her.
Cox again. Test the defense. The set. Crawford up front, trying for the rejection. Not this time. Ciacic had her opportunity for the big put away. 12-10 in set 3.
Jill Gillen, middle back for Columbus, looking very comfortable back there. She's a very experienced 6th rotation outside.
Wilma Rivera with a left. Top spin serve. Such heat power on that. Range of 50 miles an hour. From the back line, big hammer. Off the bench. Jill Gillen had the service error in the 2nd set, but nice attack.
Running Jill Gillen on that big because she's so fast and so explosive. When she gets all of that energy and momentum into her approach, she can totally sky and then weave the ball where she wants it to go. She does a good job at reading the hands of the blocker, identifying those hands and swinging away.
240 kills, record-setting career Arkansas for Gillen. Please join CBS in helping those affected by the California wildfires. Your donation enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, meals, and relief items to help people recover from these disasters. Donate today by going to redcross.org/CBS, calling 1-800-RED-CROSS, or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Our thoughts with all those suffering in Southern California. Here in Ohio's capital city, 2 sets to none for the Ignite, +7 in set 1, a 32-30 thriller, and extra points in the 2nd. Columbus neck and neck in the last 2 sets here, Matt. The question is, can they finish this set out and make it 2-1?
Exactly. If you're Columbus, you cannot get comfortable with any kind of lead that you obtain here because Indy Ignite is kind of known for pedal to the metal, keep it going, and then inching away at that lead. So if you're Columbus, if you're Wilma Rivera, limit the service errors, give a good aggressive serve, and keep going with this momentum.
Powerful lefty. Big serve, lots of heat. Hilly. Ciacic. Back line of Gillen. Here's Cox. Goes for the touch instead. Member Mena. Bonjing kept the point alive. Ciacic blocked up front. Play still alive, Rivera. And the rally continues. With the set for Taylor. Blocked up front, Cox up high. Rematch, the middle blocker, the 10th-year pro from Clemson out of Croatia. A big play as well.
Member of the Croatian national team, Jumicic getting there, closing the block really well. Coach Angel Perez mixed up his lineup in this 3rd set, put Jill Gillen in, put Kate Georgiadis in, and Jumicic, so that was a really good move by him.
Touch, Crawford. Dug out, Rivera bumps it over. Now the offense is set. Crawford, good dig, Rivera on the back line. Cox goes for the big kill, kept alive. Mena, right back over by Hilly. Another outstanding rally here. Here's Cox, touch instead. Crawford, miscommunication with Hilly. Rivera, Gillen trying to find the court. What an effort. Taylor, the lefty lunge, the layout, but sends it wide. It was a fantastic volley back and forth. Fun to watch.
Let's check out the dig early on in the rally. Wilma Rivera, so quick, just lunging with that left arm out there. Putting in these different players creates a different kind of energy, creates a different momentum, and it was a really smart move by Coach Perez, but nothing he could do about that as Johnny Taylor, so rangy, so aggressive, able to find the floor.
Perfect location. 77 kills, 62 digs, and 18 blocks for the Valkyries last year in year one of PVF. Big momentum changer. Side out of the point. But Shaich can't deliver. Service error. And turns the tides again here in our back and forth third set. Timeout in Columbus, 16-11. Fury trying to cross that finish line for the first time tonight in a set. Make things really interesting and force a fourth set tonight. Third set, 16-11. Important match for each. Early going here in year two of Pro Volleyball Federation. Lots of VIPs, Mads, in the house here tonight.
University of Cincinnati assistant coach, Northwestern head coach, Dayton assistant coach, AVCA club director Meredith Rice, Michigan head coach, Pitt assistant coach, Florida assistant coach. I mean, there is just, it's a packed house. Jimmy and Robin Burrow, the parents of Joe Burrow. And a lot of players, they're here for the Nike Classic, which is a club tournament in the Columbus Convention Center. Over 500 teams and 65 courts. And what's really cool about this is that those players can play, and then they can come watch pro volleyball in the United States and have a direct path, a direct image of where they could take the sport.
Member Mena blocked up front. Terry the rejection on Member Mena. Speaking of VIPs, last week, Caitlin Clark, world famous basketball star, was at the match for the Ignite, the Fisher's Event Center. Took a lot of pictures with the team afterwards. Pretty cool. Talk about a game changer.
Exactly, and
not just for basketball, all women's sports.
Exactly, and that's a powerful woman, female athlete, watching other powerful women, female athletes. I mean, really just supporting other athletes. I'm really glad that she came, and I know our girls love watching her as well.
Drop in the serve. Cox, big from the back line. Play out front. Not much Muller could do. Chich, the middle blocker, with all that power, all that height, athleticism. Big tally for the home team here to make it 17-13 in the third set. Serves for Columbus. Member Mena toward the back line. Here's the set. Just too good. Terry had no answer. Member Mena with the elevation, the perfect location. Terry had it timed pretty well, partner.
She absolutely had it timed well. Look at you, little analyst. She was there at the right time, up in press, but Member Mena has all of that range, and when she swings through the ball and drops that pinky, she can tool the outside arm.
Number 9 overall pick, second round. Anna Scott back on a serve here for the Ignite. Gillen, good touch, just past the line. Muller up high. Lots of strength and power for her with the right hand. Puts down the hammer, tallies again for the Ignite.
Blake Muller looking very comfortable behind the setter. So you're going off of 1 foot and then completely changing the direction of that swing, going down the line. Nice deep line drive.
Scott the serve. Cox. H in the back line. Member Mena. Looked like that was down. Terry, good effort to try to keep the play alive. And again, that off-speed, perfectly placed shot.
The Ignite are challenging floor touch.
Challenging the floor touch on that play. I think it's going to go Indy Ignite's way, but we will see the Ignite very confident that that ball hit the ground. And you know what's so interesting? This is when the Ignites start to turn it on. It happened in the last set and the set before. This is when they get it going, and that ball most definitely looks down. Very close, Abby Walker, but no cigar.
Great effort for Abby Walker there. Live, it certainly looked like it was down. That will be the confirmed call. Another point here for the visitors. And another tight set. Back and forth, several set points in the second for the Fury, but could not close the door. Mena and company have been fantastic tonight. Again, trying for a perfect 3-0 start to the new season. Terry, lots of strength. Member Mena again delivers, blocked up front by Terry. And a response for Columbus.
And that's why you mix up the offense. That's why you run a balanced offense. That block there, set, expected on Member Mena. Abby Walker closed at the right time. Good dig by Elena Scott to keep that play alive.
And Terry fresh off that outstanding block, and point does serve here for the Fury. Hilly the set, back set this time for Moeller. Great timing, good offensive set. Run again by the Ignite. So worried about Member Mena. Moeller can come in on the other side, the opposite, and go for the big kill.
Just beautiful. Look at that snap. Taking advantage of the block not being closed. Abby Walker not closed, shutting off those seams, and that quick snap takes advantage.
Rivera on the set. Gillen again. Finds it. Couple big kills off the bench. Gillen out of Arkansas.
I think Jill Gillen.
Well in.
Yes, and I think she's a difference maker. She can come into a lineup, take big, aggressive swings. She's very confident. She swings nice and high. She's also got a great aggressive topspin.
So the kill order in this set, how high she can get with the major elevation. Gaich. Dug in the back line. Here's Cox. Big attempt, and nothing there. Along the sideline, Scott can do. Huge point for the home team to create some space here, Mads, in the third set.
Kate Georgiadis, libero right now for Columbus Fury, put herself in a really good position. Nice, sharp cross-court, great dig by her. She had a great, successful season at Houston, multiple seasons.
Member Mena, what a dig there on that serve. Moeller, good location. Goes for the two-hander. Rivera, the back set. Terry, deflected up front. Here's Hilly. Gaich. Cox tries again. Kept alive by the Ignite. Great rally. Gaich blocked up front. Over and still in. Member Mena. The Ignite regroups. Touch for Walker. Advantage. Gaich and company. Good dig. Rivera, the back set. Terry just over the line. Moeller. Some power. Fans here hope that was wide. Went right up the line with it. And missed.
When the defense is this good, it takes the team getting a hitting error for the play to be done. I mean, back and forth, digging the off speed, reading those tips, digging it up really nicely, and then putting themselves in the right position for all of those hard attacks. I'm talking about both teams right now. The defense is absolutely incredible. That a player has to commit a hitting error for the play to be done.
Fantastic rally, and again, the Fury +4 here in set 2. Now the issue, can they cross that finish line, win this third set? Tickets for the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match, scheduled for February 22nd, are now on sale to the general public. The match will be played at Fisher's Event Center, home of the Indy Ignite, and shown nationally on CBS. Matt will be a part of that broadcast. Can't wait to see you on big CBS, partner. Going to be fun. Ticket prices start at $30. Fans interested in buying tickets may do so online via Ticketmaster. You can also purchase them via the Fisher's Event Center box office Wednesday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 o'clock local time in Indy.
I cannot wait.
Tickets now.
Get your tickets.
I can't wait either.
ProVolleyball.com, the best of the best in the PVF, facing off against each other. It's going to be a really fun event. And Indy is the perfect place to have it. Coach George Pageant said he was taken back by the level of excitement in the community. We know Indy is a sports town, but really they have come together nicely for professional volleyball.
That's coming up on February 22nd. Here tonight, a lot of business to be settled. Columbus, the last thing they want, although it's a long 28-match season, is to start the year 0-3. A lot of pressure. Angel Perez told us today during the practice on his team to get going. Gillen, big serve. Good location with a top spin. Up front. Here's the set. Deitch goes for the touch. Cox kept it alive. Rivera quickly over. Mena, a little confusion. Deitch with all kinds of power. Overwhelms Terry. Doing the best she could on one knee for the dig. Impossible against that kind of heat.
And that's the set that Chaich likes. A couple sets before, they've been a little high, a little loopier. This one in system, a little bit of a tempo, one-on-one situation, and she avoids the hands of Wilma Rivera really well.
Avila the set of the serve. The service error off the bench for the Ignite. That's a big mistake and cost Indy. Right back to the bench. +4 for the Fury here in set 3. Hush falls in the crowd. Walker on the serve. Deitch again. Locked up front. Rivera the set. Cox goes for the put away and kept alive. Remember Mena in the back corner. What an athletic play that was. Here's Gillen again. It's touching the back line. Overwhelmed, doing the best she could was Muir. And 5'6" out of Minnesota. Had no chance.
I got a little too distracted by that crazy scrappy play on Indy's side. That was amazing by them, and Jill Gillen just finishing the play with all of that range and vision.
Hilly quickly over. Rivera sets. Gillen goes for the off-speed this time. That drifts out. Hilly misfires on the set try. And here's Columbus. The lights go dark for the moment. The crowd is on its feet on a set point.
Jill Gillen's a difference maker defensively and offensively.
Member men of the lunge. Chaich goes for the put away there and blocked up front, but nothing Humancic could do. Point Indy, 24-19. Set point again. Sydney Hilly. Line drive serve. Cox set up. Goes for the off speed. Here's the set. Taylor. Long. No touch up front. And the Fury's got the set.
Good response by the Columbus Fury. Coach Angel Perez went back to his lineup. He mixed some things around. He put some new energy into this Fury team, and it paid off. They took set 3, and now we're going to set 4.
Big crowd on its feet. Jacked up here because the Fury has made it 2-1. Ignite in front. Fury has got the momentum. during practice today, Angel Perez, as the coach of Columbus, emphasized being aggressive on the serve, creating a lot of great opportunities offensively with service. I thought in set 3 that was a difference maker.
Absolutely, that was the difference maker. They got behind the service line. A lot of them have jump topspins. They're getting Indy Ignite off of the net. They're cranking up their passes. Their passes are going off the net. Sydney Hilly is being put in pretty tough situations, and their offense is limited. She's sending a lot of balls to Chaich. And here's the head-to-head for tonight of the players that we highlighted in the open. 20 kills for Lekator member Mena. She never ceases to amaze me, whether it's power, range, versatility, taking a little bit off of it. She's been absolutely incredible. Megan Courtney Lush, a little bit of a quieter night offensively, but she's only had 16 attempts, so they're not setting her as much. 8 digs for her, and I will say in serve receive, she's very solid. She does the little things right. She controls the first ball contact, so even though her stats aren't as flashy, she's still a leader out there for her team and making a big impact.
25-17, now 20, with potentially a couple sets left in the third match of the year for Lekator member Mena. What a superstar. And fun to watch. Former star at Pitt.
And to add on to that, she's hitting 4-2-1, 421, so efficient for an outside. She's coming off of a over 400 performance in the last match too. So she's locked in this season. It's just at a different level. Last year she was really good for the Vibe, and this year she has stepped it up.
2-1 now. Hilly starts. Here's Cox. Hilly, good play on the dig. The set. Bates had some power. Cox on the return. Misses the target. Wide and out. Set 4 starts well here for the Ignite.
Columbus players want a touch call. Doesn't look like he's going to give it to them. First point goes to Indy.
8-9 digs. Supernovas last year for Hill. Number man on the back line. Good start. That shot is long. Ripped there by Grace Wade. Played at Purdue Collegiate Days, Atlanta Vibe a year ago. Her brother, Zach, is an outstanding basketball player for Richie McKay at Liberty. Had his game on CBS Sports Net a couple nights back. And Coach McKay was joking with Zach, saying, who's the best athlete in the family? And the answer was Grace. Very quickly from Zach. Didn't play last week. First action coming tonight. Quite an athletic family. Cox up high. Hilly. Centers that. For Mena. Conservative. Blocked up front. A lot of power. Raina Terry just too good. Blocked out of bounds. Point here for the home team.
Raina Terry is pacing this Fury team with 14 kills. He's had 14 out of their 34 total kills.
Good play, Libero. Georgiadis as well. Cox up front is there, and the easy dunk. Elevates, finds plenty of territory for a point.
And even when Wilma Rivera is not getting aces, she's putting her team in positions to score. That should be an assist for her. She's causing the overpass. Kaylee Cox is there to man the net, and she does.
3-1 set 4. Rivera, powerful topspin lefty serve. Number Mena, that ball might have been out. Played in by Gillen. Cox. That cross-court hammer. Gillen back in. Rivera. Terry not this time. Chaich blocked up front. Double block. Cox up high. Rivera. Here's Gillen. Sets up Terry. Goes for the punch. Touch instead. Needs it over there for Cox. Crawford the touch. What a rally here. Gillen from the back line. And she ever jump. Incredible athlete. Rivera. Gillen goes for the touch this time. Not enough on the court. But a little miscommunication after the long rally with Hilly and the Ignite, and it falls on their side. A big point for Columbus.
An important aspect of Indy Ignite's game that they need to focus on is starting fast. They get themselves in these holes and in these deficits, and then they have to make it up later in the match. Hilly
the set. Chaich. Cox sees the over. Chait on the fake from Crawford. Rivera. Terry. Too strong.
Columbus Fury is looking like a completely different team than they did in set 1 and set 2. Jill Gillen, middle back, doing a great job at digging the ball up, keeping the plays alive for her team. Same with Georgiadis, the libero and left back.
Rivera, that lefty serve, has got serious heat. Cox, good effort. One-handed lunging save on that. It does drift out of bounds. Point here for the Ignite, side out, stopping some Columbus momentum. Blistering serve, Chaich. Member Mena, good timing. Double block up front. Gillen again, wow. Exploding for the back line. Up she goes and down it goes.
Jill Gillen has an absolute cannon. She flies into the air. She's so incredibly powerful with her approach, and then she uses that momentum. Look at her, she's finishing all the way up at the net. That's how much momentum she brings into each swing.
Service to Cox. Member Mena. Return. Perfect location again. Two blockers up high, but Member Mena knows exactly where to put it. And the point goes back to Indy.
There's a new rule in PVF, and if you're a fan of volleyball, you might have noticed it, but the new rule, when your team is serving, you can start in your base defensive pattern. So you'll see Member Mena just lining up on the outside there, ready to block. Jill Gillen gets the kill, though. She cannot be stopped. When she heats up and she's in her tempo and in her flow, she's really able to avoid the hands of the block with all of that power. She's only 5'8" as well. I love undersized attackers doing big things. Notice the big gap in the block as well. That gap needs to get closed.
8th overall pick, first round, Omaha. (7-4), fourth set. Rivera. Terry. Walker, just too good. Walker with a great timing. Exploding off the court and finds open space. Timeout in Columbus. 2 sets to 1 for the expansion Ignite. For the Fury on the comeback trail here. This is getting really interesting here, Mads. Into our fourth set. 2 sets to 1 for the Ignite. You want to talk about the slide here?
Absolutely. So Columbus, Coach Angel Perez, head coach of Columbus, told us that they're trying to take the slide out of the women's game. And if you're a volleyball fan, you're probably like, what? Well, he told us that his coaching staff studied film of international volleyball specifically and came to the conclusion that it's less and less used and less effective. Coach Perez told us as long as they have a back row attack from that right side, that D ball, as long as they have an offensive presence from the back row, that's all they need. So you're going to see Abby Walker, Kaylee Ramelsberg running the gaps, running the ones, running in front because they're trying to limit that slide.
Service error for Terrence. Interesting, very interesting, the study they did and what to watch for here. Such a big part of the game.
Yeah, you have to appreciate it. He said they watched a lot of film. They see that it's less effective, so they're making a change. And Coach Angel Perez was an incredible athlete and now a coach. Great chat with him today at the practice. Long serve there.
Remember, Mena has not made many mistakes tonight. Service error, soars beyond the end line. Point for the home team. Making 9-5 in the fourth set. Big start of the game. Big reason that Columbus is right back in this has been Joe Gillen. She's just been awesome out of Arkansas. This at 5'8", as you talked about, dominant. Skywalking tonight. There's Walker, kept alive, Hilly. Back line for Gillen. Here's Walker. The set. Rivera up front, out of position. Defense scrambling for the Fury, and then he takes advantage.
That was a beautiful display of hang time from Nina Chait. She was up in the air a little bit early, but she is so athletic. Let's take a look at the hang time. 1, 2, 3. I mean, she's up in the air for a very long time and then snapping on that ball. Great body control.
Fantastic athleticism. Cox, speaking of that, elevates herself. Saved out of play near the scorer's table. Gillen doing the same thing near her bench. Cox has it over. Set goes past Muller. Chait looking to go cross court, misses the target. Right back to the Fury here. 10-6 fourth set.
Missed opportunity for the Ignite. When you get a free ball, you want to capitalize almost every time. I think that set might have been a little too far outside, and it looked like Chait had to overextend and overcorrect.
Walker on serve. Top of the net. Chait missed it. Kill attempt. Chait was long.
And this is when you mix it up. Sydney Hilly probably won't go back to Chait. She's very experienced. She knows maybe give Chait a little bit of a breather, see if someone else can score.
Top of the net again for Walker. Perfect location. Crawford up. CC Crawford finds space. Right down the line she goes, side out, and a big tally for the visitors.
That slide attack is something that Coach George Pageant told us that CC Crawford is going to be working on. She ran a lot in front at Wisconsin, the ones and the gaps, and now she's getting very used to the slide.
Set. Terry. Lots of power. Nothing Indy Ignite can do defensively that time. And again, Columbus separates itself. Up 4 here in set 4.
Brandon Terry has been so impressive. Only a rookie. This is her first year, but she's no stranger to accumulating a lot of points for her team. At Illinois, she got 504 total kills this past season.
Wow. Second round pick for Columbus. Terry's been awesome tonight. Up front. Big hammer, the block sent wide. Numancic with the effort. Sends out of bounds though. Point for the Ignite. 12-8 in our fourth set. Columbus dominant though so far. Last 2 sets, they've had the upper hand. Terry elevates. Hilly, good effort. Kept the play alive. Terry again, blocked up front. Wade, Crawford. Up they go. 4 hands there. And no room for Terry.
And one of the reasons Coach Pageant probably made a little switch putting Wade in is because she's a little bit of a bigger blocker, a nice big presence. She did a great job at setting that block. Crawford closed it nicely as well.
6-3 out of Purdue. Played for the Vibe a year ago. Here's Cox. Blocked up front and out of bounds. Crawford tries for it. Cox just too good. Fantastic game for Kaylee Cox out of the Dallas Metroplex, Flower Mound, Texas. Up 4 with a serve. Hilly will set. Remember, Mena goes for touch this time. Gillen up high. Good save. Chait in the back line. Cox, Rivera. Hilly. Here's the set. Shot sent long. Grace Wade had a really good opportunity. A lot of time, Maz, to line that one up.
Most definitely, and Columbus is doing a great job at serving aggressively. They're causing Hilly to come off the net, or in transition, they're attacking at Hilly, causing an out-of-system set from the Ignite, who's not able to put it away.
Service for Cox. Chait. Really nice dig along the back line. Kept that play alive. Member Mena. Rivera the back set. Terry again. Chait, great defense. Same for Cox. Here's Terry, lines it up, hammers it. Raina Terry. Perfectly timed punch cross court, big point for the Fury.
I talk about the experienced leadership of the Columbus Fury, but they have got some powerful rookies who are leading the way. Raina Terry taking advantage of CeCe Crawford not being up and pressed at the right time. She beat the block there, causing Indy Ignite to call a timeout. They're down 9-15.
Raina's been amazing tonight, no question. The same for Gillen. Joe Gillen, the outside hitter at 5'8" off the bench. Out of Arkansas has had herself a night. Big reason Columbus is right back in this match, Madison.
And it's not just her attack. Her defense has been absolutely insane as well. They can center from every area of the court. Back row on that big attack. She's had a whole lot of success because she contacts that ball at a very high point. You see her with all of that range, dropping that thumb, going sharp cross court. And then it's the little things defensively. She's deep, she's back, she's taking care of the ball, she's digging up plays, she's extending the rallies for her team. I called her the difference maker when she stepped onto the court, and I am standing true by that. She is the difference maker for these last two sets.
I like that description. Insane. And everywhere tonight, omnipresent for the home team. Program all-time ace leader at Arkansas, second all-time in kills, 2,075 in her days in Fayetteville in the SEC. Impressive numbers. And tonight she's been electrifying off the bench for Columbus. Provided that spark they needed.
And it's a testament to the depth on the bench of Columbus. Coach Angel Perez has his pick of the litter. He's got All-Americans, national champions just on the bench waiting to play, and he does a really good job of strategically picking when they need to go in to change the energy.
Cox on serve. Touch Crawford. Dumancic. Gillen again. Way too long this time, unless there was a touch. There was not.
And that was all she could really do in that situation. Both blockers were up on her. She tried to swing underneath the ball and grab some fingertips, going high hands, but just wasn't able to grab it.
Crawford on the serve. Cox get it started. Rivera set. Terry. Big hammer. Chaich back line, the lunge, but no chance. Timeout in Columbus. 2-1 for the expansion Ignite, but Columbus +6 here in set 4. Thinking about a fifth and deciding set. First ever matchup, Ignite Fury head-to-head has been a classic. Attack errors, Matt, what do you make of these numbers?
That tells the story right there. First two sets, Indy Ignite limited their attack errors. They were extremely efficient. I believe in the first set, they hit over 400. In the last couple of sets, the errors have skyrocketed, and it's the same story for Columbus. They had a lot of service errors and attacking errors in the sets that they lost, and now they've cleaned it up. They got into a rhythm, and they're playing a lot more consistently.
Dumancic will start service here, 9 seasons internationally, Greece and Italy, lots of international experience. That's the top of the net and over. And a big point for the home team, perfectly placed, and nothing the Ignite can do.
You're right, there is nothing that you can do. And as a serve receiver, as a former player, that just hurts my heart because I know how frustrating that is for that serve receive line.
Serve Dumancic. Tight, the dig. Rivera works up front, Gillen the touch this time. Hilly sets. Member Mena winds up. Way long. But it was tipped up front.
I have to give credit where credit is due. Hilly read that attack really well. She saw Jill Gillen drop her shoulder. She saw the off speed, so Hilly was there picking it up. Really good vision by her.
Here's Scott Libero from Louisville. Back off the bench. Back-to-back All-American seasons for her for the Cardinals in the ACC. Gillen up high. That rocket is long, beyond the end line by a good distance. Good point here for the Ignite, climbing back here in set 4.
You're Columbus, you have some breathing room, but you're probably scarred a little bit from that second set, so you want to capitalize inside out, not let Indy get too close.
Scott, good touch. Perfect location on the serve, Gillen. And Bermena.
Wow.
Fury thought that was going to sail wide.
Remember Mena, I mean, she's so athletic. Look at that. That's not even a centimeter.
But it's in.
Wow.
Great look at it. Remember Mena again down the line this time. All kinds of heat. And there is absolutely nothing defensively the Fury can do. She's using the entire court here and getting it done for Ignite.
Her full range is on display. We saw her paint the line deep cross court, or paint the angle deep cross court, and now painting the line nice and deep, avoiding the hands of the block. The block is creating a couple gaps. There's a little bit of space for her to swing through, and she's got all of that vision in front of her because of that momentum in her approach. She keeps the ball in front of her nicely, and she can just pinpoint wherever she wants to attack. She does so with a lot of confidence.
Played at Pitt and Mizzou. Second team All-American, senior season for the Panthers. 19 double-digit kill performances. That was back in 21. 64 total kills as a Panther. What a talent she's had. And tonight has been absolutely awesome in every set.
I'm looking at the stats right now, and you love the word insane. These stats are insane. 24 kills. She's been set 48 times, only at 3 errors. She's hitting .417. So almost half the time that she goes up to swing, she's getting the kill. She's so athletic, so dynamic, so explosive. All of the descriptive words you could think to describe her, she has. And she's also very confident and calm. In my interview with her, she wasn't smiley, she wasn't over amped up. She was very focused.
25 kills against Orlando, 17 in match 2 Thursday against Grand Rapids, and just about to equal the season best here tonight. Might come right on this sequence. Up front, Walker says no. Elevation for Abby Walker and the major hammer.
That swing was in front of the 3-meter line. I mean, her ability to get on the ball up and then snapping. You have to get right on top of the ball at the right time to run that quick of a tempo and put the ball down. She did so really well.
Service for Terry. It's long. Service error. Crucial anytime, but as we advance here in set 4, becomes more dramatic.
Columbus has done a better job at limiting their service errors. That's only their first. That's their first of the set.
Cox can't handle that serve. Nothing Gillen can do.
Legator member Mena coming up big from the service line as well. The aggression behind the service line can get her team back in it, but she has to be careful to limit the service errors, keep the ball in play, but try and get Columbus into some trouble.
Cox, nice dig. Great service location. Terry sends the back line for Hilly. Member Mena again, charging up for the back line. All the momentum. Up she goes with elevation again. Up and away, Mads. Amazing athlete.
I mean, I've never seen an athlete more locked in than I've seen member Mena in this match in general. Flying into the air, like you said, snapping on that ball. You can tell whenever she goes up, she wants to get the kill.
And she's doing it. Got 25 in the match tonight. 1-point set. On the back line, Cox plays that, might have been out. Terry. Big right hand. Big answer, Raina Terry. Badly needed to stop the momentum to make it 19-17 set 4.
Raina Terry on the offense. Kaylee Cox, first season pro on the defense, making really good reads, extending plays for her team, laying out, reading that 1-6 seam, that shot really well.
One big star of the night. Here's Gillen. Power serve, top spin. Lots of heat on that. Mahler. Cox there, Walker there. They both say, forget about it. Back it goes. Fury scores again to make it 20-17.
Watch Cox set up this block so nicely. That was all her, diving those arms into the seam, taking off any of those angles, sealing it off.
Gillen. So much juice on that. Number Mena, good save from the back line. Cox goes for touch. Got an appeal.
The net was moving quite a lot during that play, and the referee turned to look at Coach Pageant with how much the net was moving. I think he was expecting him to challenge, and he did.
Right.
Ignite is challenging net touch.
2 allowed per coach, per set. So Belgians keep that second challenge in that set.
And I like that about the challenge rule. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it. You get rewarded for that challenge.
Touch.
And that touch indeed.
Madison is the challenge, and there you go. Clear look at it.
That was a must-have point by the Ignite. Now within 2.
Drama in set 2, the same again here in the 4th.
And now we see Carly Scott come onto the floor for the first time tonight. Talk about pressure in the 4th set, going back to serve, but she's experienced, and she handles it well.
Give up Indy. Outside hitter from Michigan. Terry. Scott on the back line, nice dig. For Mena. Not quite this time. Cox blocked up front. Hilly effective defense. Cox tries again. Hilly again along with CC Crawford. Answer the bell.
Defense won that point for Indy Ignite. First of all, Elena Scott looks oh so comfortable in that left back position because she's used to being one of the best liberos in the country. And then the block from Hilly and Crawford coming into close finishes it straight down.
Carly Scott played for the Valkyries last year. Important time late here tonight. Hilly, the setup. Cox goes for touch. It is very successful, perfect play. Kaylee Cox. And the Fury answers again to go up by 2.
You said something so interesting to me in the break, Dave, that it's almost more impressive when they take it off speed because it just shows so much poise and intelligence from a shot selection perspective, and I completely agree.
Location's got to be perfect. Fool the defense. Remember, Mena's not fooling anybody with an absolute rocket again. Smokes it and finds the court one more time with yet another kill. 25 plus for her in the match.
PVF's first player of the week, and you called it. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets it again. If Indy can pull out this win here today, she has been absolutely unstoppable. 5 kills in this set alone, hitting .385.
She got my vote for what it's worth.
Me too.
Serve for Hilly. Here's Cox. Been great tonight. And the answer, Grace Wade goes to the block and drifts out of bounds.
And when that ball goes out of bounds like that, that means the opposing block doesn't have their palms angled into the court. You want to drop those pinkies, drop those hands, point your palms and fingertips deep into area 6.
Serve for the former Nittany Lion, Penn State, Homer Rivera. Into play for Hilly. Set up. Crawford goes for the off-speed. Gillen, so much heat again. Look out below at Jill Gillen. Awesome tonight for Columbus.
And that was a pro move by Beta Dumacic, reading the fact that that was going to be a tip, pulling off, becoming an off blocker, digging it up, giving your team a chance to score. And Jill Gillen looks so comfortable on that big set in the middle back.
23-20 in set 4. Tonight looked like it was going to be a clean sweep here tonight, the way things started for the visitors. Set 1, 25-18, 32-30 in a thrilling second set, but a big bounce back for Angel Perez. And Columbus won by 6 in the 3rd. Now the 4th going right down to the wire.
It was expert moves by Coach Angel Perez, putting new players in, switching up the chemistry, getting a new energy in. He put Dumacic in, who's got 10 years of professional experience, and a couple other players in that have really been the difference maker, like Jill Gillen and Kate Georgiadis.
What do you think each coach is thinking about at this point, Matt?
If you're Indy Ignite, you cannot afford a sloppy, silly error. You cannot afford a communication error. You're thinking about first ball side out and then going back to do an aggressive serve. If you're Columbus, you're happy that Wilma Rivera is on the service line. She's recorded a couple aces tonight. She's got a really aggressive serve. So you're just looking for 1 point at a time to close it out.
And best server, World Olympic qualification in 2024. We've seen why. That lefty sinking topspin serve is so hard to receive. Haley at the front. Made lots of power. Rivera sends back. Terry finds the line. Raina Terry, huge kill. And here at Nationwide, the lights go out for a moment. The strobes are on because the home team is a point away from the fourth set.
Columbus Fury in this fourth set has done a really good job at shutting down Nina Chaich. Only 4 kills in this set where she had been more successful early on.
There for the set winner. Kill on the other end. Perfect response. Crawford was there. Up she goes and finds the range. They make it 24-21. Chaich on the serve, but still a set point. Cece Crawford's had a great match. Nina Chaich. Rivera, here's the set. Terry goes for the match set winner. Not quite this time. Gillen sends it over. Haley, right back over. Really fools the defense. We're caught on their heels. Finds the court. 24-22.
Sydney Haley has such good situational awareness. She knows exactly when to put that right into the campfire, feeling the defense on their heels, not ready for that. If you do it too much, the opposing defense is going to expect it. The blocker is going to get up and try and block you, but Sydney Haley knows exactly when to do it.
5-time All-American, Big Ten set of the year we told you about. Great career in Madison at Wisconsin for the Badgers.
And last year when the Omaha Supernovas won the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation Championship, she was named the MVP of postseason. So pretty cool just to tack onto her already incredible resume.
I mean, it's only 2 matches in. A long season ahead, right? 28 matches. You'll be covering it all year long, but you've got to be impressed with the Ignite. This is quite a roster they put together in their inaugural season.
And they built this roster around Sydney Haley before the season even started. Right before the draft, I talked to Coach George Padgett, and he said she's basically our cornerstone. She is the Courtney Lush of Columbus. We're going to build our team around her. And he kind of let the players at Indy Ignite give him feedback on who they want to play with, other grinders that they want to join their team, and he did a really great job at assembling.
9.25 assists per set for her last year in the Supernova Championship run. Right off the timeout. Chaich serving. 24-22. Cox get it started. Cox trying to finish it. She does! Kaylee Cox, the big kill. Wins the fourth set.
It's not over till it's over. Indy Ignite could have taken it in a sweep, but Columbus Fury said, no, we want the reverse sweep. We're going to push you to 5, pedal to the metal. Very impressive response by them.
All tied 2 apiece. 5th and deciding set on the way on CBS Sports Network. What a match tonight from Ohio's capital city. Fury match 1, lost the mojo in 4. Survived a couple nights back in 5. Here we go, 5 sets through 4. The numbers, Walker and Columbus start the 5th set. First to 15, win by 2, you take the match. Here we go. Good start for the visitors.
Chaich is going to be a difference maker. In the first 2 sets, she was accumulating a lot of points for her team, able to bail her team out in out-of-system situations. The past 2 sets, Columbus Fury has done a better job at slowing her down, so her accumulating points is going to be big for the outcome of this 5th set.
2 straight for the Fury, trying to go for a 3rd set in a row and win it. Cox sends that one wide. We'll have a challenge. Let's see if it was touched. If it stands, great start for the Ignite here in the 5th and deciding set.
The Fury are challenging block touch.
Let's take a look at the replay here. There's a chance that Pinky got it, and it did. Successful.
It did. Johnny Taylor. I just got a piece.
Johnny Taylor walked back to her position smiling. She didn't think she was going to get away with it, but she wanted to.
A big change in the 5th. Bear the serve. Touch, Cox finds it. Rivera, Gillen again. Deflected, not enough. CC Crawford couldn't have the answer there. Again, Jill Gillen shining so brightly here for Columbus.
The opposing block not able to find their rhythm and their timing correctly against Jill Gillen on that big set. She's caused quite the problem.
Wilma Rivera. Puerto Rico, big serve. Crawford, and some contact up front.
You're not allowed to contact the ball over the net on the opposing team side and interfere with the direction of that ball, and that's what Dumacic did.
Clean up crew out quickly. Saw these guys, the clean fellas, doing some major sit-up, push-up work a moment ago there. Doing some crunches, doing some, how many push-ups they rattle off?
I counted.
Impressive.
They did 20 pretty quick, but 20. You know what? They didn't go all the way down. And as a former athlete, I got to call them out for that.
All right. It's all part of the show here in Columbus. Pretty fun. Cox, touch this time. Taylor makes a really nice save. Mena. Lunging save, great dig, Rivera. Taylor sets it. Mena again, blocked up front. CC Crawford, Mena the touch this time, instead of the power. Here's Cox set up, blocked up front. Blake Moeller with a big rejection. The extension at a big point for the Ignite.
I once heard this quote, it's offense wins matches, but defense wins championships. And let's just say that this is a championship. The defense is going to win it for each team. The blocking defense doing a great job at slowing down the opposing attack. And right there, that one came up big.
Terry, Taylor a block, out it goes.
Indy Ignite.
Smiles on the Ignite side.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. They're looking confident. They're looking poised, very disciplined and technically sound on those blocks.
Would be understandable if you get rattled after losing 2 in a row. Trained professionals, though. Gillen up high, looking for the corner. Missed it. She got it. It was in. But anyway, huge night. Jill Gillen has been awesome.
I'd like to see her stats from the back row alone. I don't think she's missed one. I mean, she is so efficient from that back row middle attack.
But service error right after that. Albero substitution here for the home team. Ignite by 2 in the 5th and deciding set. Every point now becomes critical. Elena Scott. Service for the Ignite. Here's the set. Gillen, touch this time. Gillen's done it all.
Jill Gillen is so athletic. That set, pretty high. So she had to wait in the air, and instead of erring, instead of getting underneath it and swinging out, she took a little bit off of it. Nice roll shot to that open campfire. Paula Sarame also got to shout her out. Really well done on that pass.
Tori Stringer in, partner. Umancic checks out for now. Serve sub for Angel Perez. In a big moment. Off the bench. Top of the net. Ember Mena winds up. That's blocked out of bounds.
And you see Tori Stringer smiling after that serve because she had done that before in the last set. It clipped the top of the tape and went down. So she's got that nice flat float serve down, but Ember Mena said, no, we're stopping it right here.
Quick sub. Walker goes past that. Gillen. Better defense this time. Out it goes, way long. Gaich trying for the corner. 6-5 in the clincher. Former Fighting Illini star, Terry. Powerful serve. Moeller. Great dig. Here's Cox. Gillen looks for angle instead of power this time. Ember Mena blocked up front by Walker. Big time defense, Abby Walker. Exactly what the Fury needed.
It's a great read by Abby Walker, the standout coming out of Cincinnati. Just a rookie, but making a pro move right here. Seeing the down her body swing, straight down her body, so reads that angle really nicely and dives her arms into that seat.
Terry the serve. Effective play again, but Chaich is so good. Former star in Towson at Tennessee at 5'11". Great body control. I mean, the vert between Gillen and Chaich, I like to see that.
And you know what's also good is the serve-receive line for the Indy Ignite. It's basically just a bunch of liberos back there serve receiving at all times. Their first ball contact is super clean because of it.
Carly Scott at 6'1", on the serve. Gillen elevates. Scott, Gilly, Chaich, the corner, looking for it. Got it. Out. There's the review. Ignite 8-6. Fifth and deciding set from Columbus. Who's going to win this thriller? Let's find out. Come back with us on CBS Sports Network. To clarify, Nina Chaich, that shot there was a touch, so it is 8-6 here. Fifth set from Columbus. Dave Madison, our entire crew, watching a thriller here tonight in the third match for each.
And both teams are fighting different disadvantages. Indy Ignite started off super strong. They took the first two sets. It's very difficult then to lose two and then to bounce back. You're gonna have to have short-term memory of a goldfish. Ted Lasso quote. It's a 20-second memory, so you have to forget about the last two sets. Great show. And bounce back and try to find your rhythm again. And let's take a look at the head-to-head tonight. Raina Terry, come on, a rookie, 21 kills, hitting 300, 12 digs, cool double-double for her, 22 total points. The star, in my opinion, of the night, Lecator member Mena, 27 kills, hitting almost 400, 15 digs, another double-double. She had back-to-back double-doubles in the first two matches. She just tacked on her third.
Big serve for Scott. Off the timeout. Ember Mena, back line. Chaich It's blocked out of bounds and way long. Walker trying for the rejection up front the block. No such luck. 9-6 now for the Ignite.
Great dig by Elena Scott, one of the best liberos in the game coming out of college. Played in the national championship just a couple weeks ago. Awesome quick twitch dig by her.
Carly Scott, on a state title, Carmel High, the Indy era. Ember Mennel on the back line. Set up, Chaich, power. Let's see. Gonna have a challenge. It's a big call coming up here.
The Ignite are
Guys thought it was in.
Block touch.
They will be challenging block touch. It looked like Abby Walker, middle blocker for the Fury, late to close that block. That might have played to their advantage. The block touch call challenge might also be on setter Wilma Rivera. We will see. It's successful. Challenge successful. There was a block touch.
Block touch point, Indy. That is absolutely huge here in the 5th and deciding set.
That's a 2-point swing. You're right. That's absolutely huge.
Enormous. 10-6 in the 5th. Set up for Walker. Goes through. Gillen, the touch. Great effort, Scott. Scott has it over. Cox charging in. Blocked up front. Lunge for Scott. Keeps the play alive. Member Mena. Here's Rivera. There's the set. Scott the dig. Member Mena trying to keep it alive. Scott will bump it over. Drilling point. Big one for each side. Gillen had it blocked. Gillen. Member Mena. The kill. On the attack again. Relentless, Madison.
Relentless defense, and that's what wins matches. Both Carly Scott, Elena Scott, and Lecator Member Mena laying out multiple times throughout the entirety of that play. And then Lecator Member Mena weaving it in between the two blockers. She has such precision with that swing. She gets on top of it, and she swings through the ball. She's able to pinpoint where she wants to go, and right there in between the two blockers.
Another massive night for her. That's 3 in a row.
The Indy Ignite's defense has been extremely impressive. They got a lot of scrappy defenders in the back row. Carly Scott, a newcomer to the game this past couple of sets. She's got some professional experience on the AVP Beach Volleyball Tour, so she's really scrappy in the back row as well from all that beach experience.
Big strategizing session. Bad for each side. What are the coaches thinking about now?
For Columbus, you have to stop the bleeding. You have to side out immediately. Clean pass. And then you've got to terminate the ball at a higher clip. Spread out that ball well. I'd go for the middles. If you get a clean pass, if I'm Wilma Rivera, I'm going to set Abby Walker, but we'll see.
Member Mena, season best, 27 kills tonight. She's been fabulous. Terry charging in down the line.
Or Raina Terry from that D-ball. Like I said before, Columbus is trying to limit the amount of times they're going to run a slide, so they need that back row right side presence in Raina Terry to step up, and she really has. The block has had a hard time blocking her in the back row.
Fury to within 4 here in the 5th and deciding set. Big serve for Gillen. Major heat. Terry back line. Here's Cox. Blocked. Member Mena. What a save on the back line there. Right, some touch. Big try again for Cox. Member Mena, what defense. The digs have been fabulous. Chaich, that deflected. Rivera will set. Terry charging in. Long.
Are you not entertained? This is insane defense on both sides, laying out. Lecator Member Mena so fast, getting to the ball. Elena Scott, amazing set, end line to the front line. And we're gonna have a challenge to end off this play, but what a fun rally, both sides. Triple blocking Chaich as well, doing everything they can defensively, both sides, to stop that ball. This is a must-have point for the Fury. And and they got it.
There is a block touch. It is a point for the home team. Clearly. Fantastic review system. Now it's Gillen again. 3 points, 5th set. Powerful serve. Ace. How about that serve?
Difference maker indeed.
Wow. (11-9) in the 5th. Nothing decided yet.
Here's the thing about a jump topspin. You can give it a lot of power, but you have to be elite to aim it in the precise way that she has aimed that serve. She's dropping her pinky. She's pinpointing that seam down the line just to the right of that right back serve receiver, and she's able to pinpoint it with such accuracy. And then the jump topspin is really difficult to receive because it's dipping very quickly. It's diving at the last moment. And if you don't make a quick first step to get your platform underneath it, it's gonna die right in front of you.
Big start Arkansas, we told you about. All-time ace leader, 189 in her days in the SEC in Fayetteville. Now trains and coaches at Arkansas as well. Majored in marketing, her degree there. Out of Stillwell, Kansas, what huge ace at the right time when the Fury needed it most, Max.
And that's the right timeout call by Indy Ignite. Take a second, make Jill Gillen go back to the service line and think about what she's about to do. Try to ice her.
Off the timeout. Here we go. Off the ace. Gillen again. Great serve. Member Mena. It's long.
And we will get another challenge.
When it comes down the wire, each coach wants to be sure.
The Igniter challenging block touch.
Initially, Legator member Mena came out of the back row on that big attack that she's so good at attacking. It was called out. Indy Ignite is challenging block touch. That pinky does move a little bit, and it's confirmed, block touch.
Walker got a piece of it, partner.
The challenges from both coaches have been very accurate. They're locked in.
Huge challenge. Point off the board for the Fury. 12-9. Ignite creeping closer to the win of the 5th. Cox, important start for the defense here. Hits Cox. Gilly. Nice answer. Big dig. Rivera. Gillen the touch. Teeler. Hilly. For Chaich. Some confusion there, kept alive. The Fury Bailey. Chaich again. Dig the back line for Gillen. Gets the return, goes for the touch. The rally continues. The drama builds. Chaich.
Wow.
The Heat. 13-9.
This is some of the best volleyball I've seen in quite some time. It's going to cause Columbus to have the timeout. Nina Chaich ripping that 4-4 seam earlier in that play was incredible, and they're finishing the ball just slightly to the right of Sarame. Both teams giving it all they have. So much fun to watch. Indy Ignite doing a better job at finishing the ball at a higher clip.
An absolutely enormous rally here into the 5th. The complete sellout effort by each team on both offense and defense, and extraordinary athleticism. Point saver for the moment there for the Fury at the net match.
And those balls are really difficult to dig up. When you touch it on the block and then you're coming down with it, the ability to dig it up and recycle it for your team is really impressive and really hard to do. And then something else I noticed from that play, Ajani Taylor made some really good reads. She's pulling off the net when she sees Jill Gillen from the back row going to tip. That's really elite level defense by her.
Timeout for Coach Perez. Discusses the critical potential match-ending strategy here for this Fury team. 2 points away now, Indy. Sydney Hilly on service. Every moment critical now. Cox drifts in. Vermette, a nice save. Walker set up. Blocked up front. Kept alive. Cox sends it over. CC Crawford wants the return. Vermette. Rejected. Walker. Such strength and power up front. Up she goes for a huge play.
Walker is locked in on that back row attack. Hilly and Legator, remember, Mena, great chemistry, great rhythm between those two. They moved Legator a little bit more to that left side, that left back row attack. Good block by Walker reading that.
Walker partner on serve here. Hilly the set. Taylor up high. Big shot. Another one. She's had a huge night. Ajani Taylor. And all of a sudden, Ignite now 1 point away.
I venture to say that's Ajani Taylor's most efficient area to attack from, that middle seam, that two ball. She's so good at swinging at that ball.
Hilly trying to put it away, but a service error. Makes it 14-11 in the fifth. Went for the power, top spin serve, comes up short. Back to Rivera on service.
And you might as well. You've got a little bit of room to play with it. You want to be aggressive. This is a must-have point, of course, for the Fury.
Match point again. Vermette, the touch. Kept alive, Cox. Goes for a floater as well. Here's the set. Here's Taylor, the power. Kept alive initially, but not enough for Gillen in the backcourt, and that's it. In 5, Indy does it. The Ignite moves to 3-0 in the young season. A thriller that goes the distance, 15-11 in the fifth. 3-2 is the final. Ignite wins on the road.
Backs against the wall. Won the first 2 sets, lost the next 2 sets, wiped it off, forgot about it. Got their dominance back, got their rhythm back, and finished it out. This Indy Ignite team has been the shocker of the season so far.
Expansion team moves to a perfect 3-0. And as we talked about, Mads, top of the broadcast, Vermette, we expected her to be fabulous. She was even better than fabulous. Just amazing tonight.
She was absolutely unstoppable from the back row, from the front row. Defensively, she made some incredible reads. Columbus Fury has nothing to hang their hats on. They're up and coming. They did phenomenal tonight. 2 losses in the fifth for them. I think they've got a bright future as well.
Front throw and 3. Ignite 3-0. Now for Madison Fitzpatrick, the entire crew, Dave Ryan saying so long from Columbus. Thriller tonight, the first CBS Sports Network broadcast of the PVF. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Thanks for watching. An exciting match here from Columbus this evening.